Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right, a family in Italy called the police after a family member spent 2 days in bed without eating or drinking. They asked him what's wrong. He would not speak. He was conscious. He just wouldn't do it. Well, he was taken to the hospital to figure out the cause, and a quick CT scan revealed the issue. He had a crossbow bolt lodged in his brain. It should be noted he's what they call a, quote, crossbow enthusiast. They believe he accidentally shot himself in the head. Now, apparently, he'd shot himself in the head, and no one knew, but he did survive. And that's weird. But a guy in Vietnam, he had a 5-month headache before he finally went to see a doctor. Now, he did not have a crossbow bolt in his head, but he did have a pair of chopsticks stuck in his brain. And thinking back, he thinks he might know what happened. Now, on the other hand, a TikToker who goes by Amika, they know exactly why they ended up in the hospital. It all started when they put out a video of themselves lip-syncing and dancing with a live octopus on their head. Well, it seems the octopus squirted either ink or venom into Erika's eyes, which was now quite inflated, as they say. But look, sometimes it takes a hot minute to realize that we didn't just hurt ourselves, but we injured ourselves. And it could be something small like, I don't know, you feel like your ankle hurts. You find out later your ankle's broken. Worst case, you get a splinter. You kind of ignore it. It gets infected. But at some point, you think to yourself, man, I might need to actually go to the hospital for what I otherwise thought was a trivial thing. And that's what today's question is all about. Brought to you by our friends at Advanced Hair Restoration. Today, we want to know, at what point did you realize that you might need medical attention?
To be a part of the Big Show, call 206-803-ROCK. Like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram at Men's Room Live. And send those emails to the Men's Room at KISW.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Santa Fe models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Are you thinking about investing in real estate to build wealth and passive income? The wrong property or market could cost you thousands. At Norada Real Estate Investments, we've helped over 12,000 investors nationwide make smarter decisions and generate real passive income. And now we're sharing our proven strategy with you absolutely free. Introducing the ultimate guide to passive real estate investing, your step-by-step roadmap to smarter investing. Inside, you'll discover how to find high-growth markets, strategies to generate 30 to 40% total returns, 5 costly mistakes new investors make and how to avoid them, tips for earning passive income without being a landlord. Don't just take our word for it.
Narada's guide helped me avoid a bad deal and close on a property that's already delivering 35% returns.
Download your free guide now at PassiveRealEstateGuide.com. That's PassiveRealEstateGuide.com. Your path to smarter investing starts here.
You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Oh, Macho's, away we go. Welcome to the 20th anniversary season, episode number 4,372. What a large and a charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The exciting return of Who Sucks Less. Steve, I don't know how you do it, but you find people in the news doing bad things.
Yeah, I do, man.
You bring us 3 of those stories each and every week. They always suck. It is up to us to determine, out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Is there like a theme today?
There is, because you know Ted is, man, and Ted always insists, so once again, just like last week, it's about the keys.
Yep.
Won't someone think of the keys? That's all Ted says in the office. Gets on my nerves. But to satisfy Ted, once again, it's about the kids. And one of them is just so stupid that both myself and Mike Hawk has it in his headlines. Yeah! Because it's worth repeating. Because you say, right, why would you do this? That's basically all you can say. Why would you do this? Yeah, so that one gets double dipped. But otherwise, yeah, we're thinking about the kids. And sometimes it's your kids, the keys. Sometimes it's other people's kids. And Ted, did you know Little League World Series going on?
It is.
Don't mess with the kids, man. Somebody decided to go above and beyond regarding that.
Yeah. Oh, let him play ball, boys.
Yeah, that's all we're saying.
And today on the question, at what point did you realize you might need medical attention? So,
kids. I just want to be like, listen, it's a shame you never made it, Dad. Yeah. Leave it alone.
Kids are another one, as far as like trying to figure out when they need medical attention. What is the severity? I cannot see anything external. How bad are you on the inside?
It is tough because, look,
you bumped your head pretty hard.
If you're listening, the truth is, when you hurt yourself, the last freaking thing we feel like doing in the world is going to the hospital. We just don't feel like it. So we hope that it's, I mean, if you come in and your arm's busted open or something, like, we get it. But, you know, my parents always took let's give it a little while and see. And most of the time, the thing went away. Other times, like my daughter, she busted her head on the bed frame when she was young, profusely bleeding. And I knew the cut wasn't the thing. Look, as a bald guy, I've cut myself shaving. Your head just does not stop bleeding forever. So her head was doing that. We were worried about a potential concussion, which she did not have. But we took her to the hospital, and because her head was bleeding so profusely, and she was 4 or 5 maybe at the time, she was tiny. But I'm holding her now. One thing I will say, when you walk into the emergency room, it's always hurry up and wait. When you roll in with a little kid and there's just blood gushing everywhere, they get to you real quick.
Oh, yeah.
In the end, they glued her head back together. She was absolutely fine. But when I was growing up, that wasn't the case. The only time my parents, and it was my mother, responded very quickly, I did not think I needed medical attention. But I was playing with friends. I'm maybe 6 years old, and my eyes were itching really bad. And it got to the point it was just annoying me. So I went home, and I went to complain to my mother. She had her back turned. She was in the kitchen. And I said, my eyes won't stop itching. She turned around, looked at me, and screamed. I remember that. That's the other thing. Most parents, you try to be cool, not to. So my mom screamed. Now
where's the couth?
Well, she wouldn't let me look in the mirror. As she explained it, I was allergic to something, still not sure what it was, some kind of plant, but like my eyes were bulging out of my head, I guess. That's how she put it. She was like, there was no doubt you needed to go to the hospital. And again, they gave me a shot for whatever, and it all went away. But that was about the only time when I broke my ankle sledding. I did not know I'd broken it, but when I got home, I was having a hard time walking. My brother said, well, Mom and Dad aren't home, but I thought, man, just elevate it. We'll put ice on it. That's what I did. Started swelling up. They came home, told them what was up. I told them how it happened. It was a sledding accident. And I could see them kind of debating, and they're like, About 2 hours later, my father came back to check on me, and now my ankle had just gotten bigger. It wasn't really hurting, but it got a lot bigger. And he's just like, God damn it. So we go to the hospital. Sure enough, I'd broken my ankle. Not the end of the world, but again, parents tend to take their time. So kids, if you're not bleeding profusely, your parents are probably going to take a hot minute to get you the medical attention you might need.
I hurt my leg once playing baseball.
Yeah.
Right? But my dad was coaching.
Yeah, he didn't want to hear it.
Correct. Finished the game, limping around. I basically can't walk. And I remember exactly. We went to Three Brothers. Got some pizza after the game. And some guy just goes, are you okay? And I go, no, I'm in a lot of pain or something. He looks at my dad and was like, I think you should take him to the hospital. My parents were still like, yeah, sure. And then the next day they went to the hospital.
Well, there's always a gap between, am I that hurt?
Yeah, of course.
So my buddy, we were playing tackle football, like morons. My buddy grabs him by the shoulder, basically dumps him on his head. Didn't mean to, just kind of spun him and dumped him. And they were like, Garrett, are you okay? He's like, you know what? I'm all right, man. You sure? Yes. Well, my shoulder kind of hurts. And I'm like, what is that lump?
Uh-oh.
And he pulls down his shirt, and his collarbone is basically sticking out, almost breaking through the skin.
Yeah.
And then
the pain sets in.
Then the pain came.
Right. That's
so it was
always
like, then all of a sudden, like, oh, no, this is a deal.
Why is that a thing where when you visually see something, right? Did you see?
Then you realize it. You're like, oh, this is not a regular injury.
Why is your nose bleeding? Then you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my God, my nose hurts. Like, why did it not hurt when you weren't looking at it?
64-year-old.
Though.
No, it's adrenaline. Something. It's like a car wreck.
Right. I mean, I've been there where somebody's leg's been kind of pointed the wrong way, and it's like, don't look at it. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Don't look. Because it's like, right, if they look at it, they're going to freak out.
64-year-old man in Italy shocked medical personnel when he was found awake in bed with a crossbow bolt sticking out of his forehead. Mm-hmm. Now, the man is a crossbow enthusiast, whatever that means, discovered by police after a family member
shooting crossbows, Miles.
contacted them. See, to me, okay.
Crossbows are cool, but don't aim it at yourself.
If I'm working in a store,
yeah,
you come in with a gun, I'm gonna be like, okay, take what you want, please don't shoot. Mm-hmm. If you come in with a crossbow, I'm like, I'm just running around like,
sure,
it freaks me out.
But I think crossbows are cool.
I feel like crossbows would hurt more.
I think
because you got to pull that bad boy out.
Yeah, it's a difference.
I just feel like if I shot somebody with a crossbow, I'd have to toss a piece of garlic on them too.
Yes, in case they are a vampire.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Just that added thing.
The only person you ever see walking around outside of a hunter, maybe.
Van Helsing.
And I'm guessing this guy was a hunter, thus he was enthusiast. But you're right. You're not hunting vampires. Why do you have a crossbow?
So I guess this guy lives alone. He'd been in his bed for 2 days without eating or drinking. He was conscious and taken to a hospital. Now, the head of neurosurgery at the Tourette Hospital in Ancona, Italy. Tourette Hospital. So you know where that guy's from.
Welcome.
Exactly. So the man, he was conscious, eyes open, speaking but babbling incoherently. Pretty much. He again speaking but babbling incoherently. So he probably fit right in.
This hospital sucks.
The arrow even prevented him from turning his head. So if the arrow follows the correct path, it avoids the noble areas of the brain.
The noble.
The so-called eloquent structures. The paracolossal artery. The superior sagittal sinus. The major venous vessels.
I like how they say this like we know what they're talking about.
They say 1 millimeter further and the patient would have died instantly.
Well, they have to say that.
Yep.
They were shocked when they looked at the man's CT scan. See the arrow, dark straight line across the skull from the forehead to the nape of the neck. Again, from the forehead to the nape of the neck. straight down in the middle. Incredible but true.
How did he shoot himself then?
I don't know. It followed a path that we in the operating room sometimes choose on purpose. Longer but safer, as if it had deliberately avoided all the vital points. It passed slightly paramedian, not on the midline, but the intelligent path. The doctor also pointed out that the crossbow bolt, being made of carbon fiber, helped save the man's life. Either way, they could remove it without triggering massive bleeding. The arrow was acting as a plug. You pull it out, you risk the hole opening up, but other than that, there's just a giant hole. It looked like a straw went through his face.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look down, but there was no blood. So after they brought him to the hospital, the man was operated on using military techniques performed by a U.S. Army neurosurgeon who gives lectures and operates on people who have penetrating injuries during war.
Okay, makes sense.
Police are currently investigating to determine the cause of the injury to the man. He does not really remember yet what has happened.
Would you want to?
He does not know if someone broke in his house and shot him.
All right.
He does not know if he shot himself, which seems to be impossible.
At that angle, yeah.
But they say the fact that the brain does compensate for functions lost elsewhere is something that it's called plasticity.
All right.
So I guess if you damage one part of your brain,
the other
another part
picks up
says,
the slack.
I got you.
Okay.
You know, I'll do the peeing for you so you don't do it in the bed. That kind of a deal.
I mean, it seems like the crossbow, too, because it's, like, mechanized.
Yeah.
Seems like if you just had a loaded one sitting around, maybe it just misfired.
It could have, but just the angle that it went in, it basically started at his forehead and went out toward the bottom of his neck. So I'd understand if you were sitting on your bed, this is a bad idea, and you're loading the crossbow looking down on it, that's one thing, but I don't know how you shoot yourself from above with a crossbow if you don't do it on purpose. So maybe somebody did break into his house. I don't know.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, gentlemen.
Hola.
So let's see here. I told Mike, well, I've known I'm needing medical attention many of times, but the two stories I told Mike both involve my hands. The first one, I was, I'm a welder by trade. I'm actually now a machinist. Anyway, they took me over to the wood shop to help them build some crates, and I was doing pretty good going along, and then got slightly distracted and double tapped the nail gun into my thumb. So had to walk on over to my supervisor and be like, hey, I think I need to go get checked out. Looked at my hand. He almost passed out. I was like, hey, I got a nail in my hand. You just saw it. Just come on, you're fine. Just get in the car. So he takes me to the ER. I'm immediately the most popular guy in there. Everyone's like, ooh, you got to go with the nail in your thumb? I'm like, yep, sure am. So they all start taking pictures of it. And then, so the doctor comes in with a pair of surgical pliers, which were Irwin vice grips. And I was like, all right, cool, good deal. They pulled that out, cleaned it all out, and put me on my way. But
let me ask you, what's the difference between surgical pliers and a pair of pliers I buy at Home Depot? Because a lot of times when I look at the dentist and I look around doctor's office, it's like, I own this. It just says Craftsman on mine.
Right. I
mean,
exactly. you look.
The only difference is it's going to be $20 at the store or $400 to $300 on your bill.
But when you see when you see that stuff, the stuff that you could buy at a Home Depot,
yeah, seriously,
it's your dentist's office and they break it out, or it's a doctor's office, you're like, oh man, I'm not comfortable
because this is rudimentary.
When they took my wisdom teeth out, it was a pair of pliers. When they broke them with a chisel and a hammer.
Yeah,
the ones they couldn't get out, like crack.
Those are the only three tools that they had. I had to do the same thing.
They took it out in pieces.
And I asked the woman,
at least one of them.
She unrolled it, and again, it's like a little hammer, and it's stainless steel, whatever. And there were little pliers, and there was a little chisel. And I said, basically, is that a hammer, chisel, and pliers? She says, well, no, because they have some dental name for it. So this is a blah, 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 this is a hoomity, and this is a thingamajig. And I said, well, what do they do? And when she explained it, I said, okay, well, that's a hammer, a chisel, and pliers.
Right.
Because those twisty things are going to twist the tooth. That chisel thing is going to chisel it out, and then the hammer's to bang the stuff. You can call it anything you want. It's a hammer, a chisel, and pliers.
It's the same thing when I got the 12 staples in my head. It was the staple gun. Yeah. And then when I went to get them out,
that wigs me out.
I said to the guy, I go, are you really just using a staple remover? He's like, well, yeah.
It's a staple.
I was like, it makes sense.
I know, but I want to see something I don't know what it is.
Yeah, you want to feel like
I mean,
it's
I
medical.
think they clean the staple gun more.
Yes. But again,
that's it.
Do you know what a jigsaw is, Ted?
Yeah, sure.
It's basically, you pull the trigger on.
Yeah.
Does that? That's how they take your leg off.
Yeah, well, if you watch enough mob movies, everybody knows when they break that out, you're going to saw off an appendage.
Yeah, I mean, something. But that's the same basic thing they have at the hospital.
But the caller was right. They just charge you more for it if it's there. So here's the thing. If I go to the hospital.
I just want to know it's done some other way.
But if I
even
go to
though it's not.
If I go to the hospital, if I bring my own tools, do I save money? Like, look, I know you have the
Bring your own Band-Aids.
You have the medical expertise to perform the maneuver, but I've got the tools because everything you've got, with the exception of like opening my chest or something, like I've got this. So if I bring this, can we save a little money?
Sure.
I wonder if insurance
if
would be
you
like,
bring like 2-pound test fishing line,
yeah,
use that instead of the stitches.
Sure.
They'll cut them out the same way.
I can say like, look, insurance won't cover this, so I brought my own tools. That's all. Like, if you use those tools, insurance is going to tell me I'm on the hook for it. So what I did is brought this crap from home, just sterilize it. I'll pay for that. But that way, insurance can't complain. Like, no. They use my hammer. They use my saw.
Look, I know a guy, I've told the story before. I know a guy, I can't remember if he had one before or whatever. Luckily, it wasn't like a major heart attack.
Yeah.
But he was at home and realized like he's having a heart attack, and he lived a mile or two from the hospital. And he just was like, I'm just going to drive myself.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to pay for the money for the ambulance ride.
We would never tell you not to do that. But I know for a fact, depending on the situation, like the one I was in last time, I'm getting an Uber.
Yeah, get an Uber.
I'm getting a ride to the hospital. I'm not paying $8,000 again for an ambulance ride that was 1.25 miles.
I truly believe that it depends. If it's not life or death, like you break your leg, you're not going to die. I would get an Uber. And it sounds horrible, but it's like, look, man, honestly, when you get these bills, it'll like you say $8,000 to $10,000 or $30 in an Uber, and in the end, just pay for the hospital visit.
I'm pretty sure it's the same guys who did your bail. It's the same idea. You know, like you see ambulances out all the time.
Yeah.
They're not getting paid every time.
Correct.
But they see you coming, and they're like, oh, look at this guy. He has an address.
Boom.
Yeah.
Billion.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Right. All right. It's supposed to be 10%, but right. Baltimore's such a fucking, they're like, we'll let you out for 5. We think you're good for it. It's like, Jesus.
That's their way of saying you're a white guy.
I mean, literally, the lady looked at me, and when she said the bail, and I said, I started crying. And I said, that seems awfully high. I'd never had a point on my record. She just said, honey, you're the wrong color in the wrong jail. Somebody's going to pay it.
Yep.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
So I said, black people don't get kidnapped.
Yeah.
Like, we're walking down the street. Man, when you go to Mexico, you're about getting kidnapped. Like, me? No, man. Not at all, brother. I'm not what they call a return on investment. You understand what I'm saying? And they know that. So
you're a bond fund.
They might kill me, but they are not going to kidnap me. No, I don't sweat that at all.
She just slides a number underneath like the glass, and she's like, call this guy. He bails guys like you out for 5%.
Damn.
Like, but they know you're good for it.
Hello, Ted. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Real quick, you guys were talking about how parents delay treatment sometimes because how bad could it be, right?
Yeah.
So when I was like 4, I was showing my dad how high I could jump, and I came down on that. You remember them glass tables with the brass ring around them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I hit my eyelid.
Ooh.
And it dropped immediately. Like, I opened my eye, and the eyelid stayed down, and I closed my eye, and... It was the only time that my parents did not delay care.
Yeah. When is that obvious?
Did you have to get your eyelid sewn back on?
Yeah.
With a Singer sewing machine.
After, it was all good.
Okay. That sucks.
So the reason I called was because I think I might have told this story to you before, but I had some belly button pain. And after a couple of days, I called the advice nurse, and they said, that's weird. All right, call back if it gets worse. All right, cool. So, like, 2 months later, it's not any better. So I called back, and they're like, that's weird. Call back if it gets worse. So 2 months later, it's still not any better. And I called back, and she's like, that's really weird. How long was the first call? I said, like, 4 months. She's like, all right, I'll get back to you. But, like, just go about your day. I got to work at a restaurant. And then my phone starts ringing, like, off the hook. I ignored the first couple because I'm working. And then I finally answered. I stepped off the line, and the kitchen. I answered the phone, and the advice nurse said, look, we got a doctor on the line. He's going to tell you this. He's going to tell you to lay down and call 911 because we think you have an umbilical hernia, and it could rupture and kill you.
Oh, damn.
Right? So then he gets on the line and says that. And then they said, don't try and drive. Don't move too quick. Don't anything. Just call 911, get them to the nearest hospital, and get this figured out. So, of course, I'm not paying for an ambulance. So I tell my boss what's up. I go unlock my car, drive to the hospital. And then the nurse staff was like, I don't know, umbilical hernia, your belly button hurts. That's not really... And then, 12 hours later, I died twice on the table. Jeez. And they had to remove 2 feet of necrotic tissue from my small intestine.
Ooh. Oh, my God, man.
It was an umbilical hernia.
It was what they said.
And it only took 4 months for them to say, come on in.
Yeah. At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Santa Fe models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Are you thinking about investing in real estate to build wealth and passive income? The wrong property or market could cost you thousands. At Norada Real Estate Investments, we've helped over 12,000 investors nationwide make smarter decisions and generate real passive income. And now we're sharing our proven strategy with you absolutely free. Introducing the ultimate guide to passive real estate investing, your step-by-step roadmap to smarter investing. Inside, you'll discover how to find high-growth markets, strategies to generate 30 to 40% total returns, 5 costly mistakes new investors make and how to avoid them, tips for earning passive income without being a landlord. Don't just take our word for it.
Narada's guide helped me avoid a bad deal and close on a property that's already delivering 35% returns.
Download your free guide now at PassiveRealEstateGuide.com. That's PassiveRealEstateGuide.com. Your path to smarter investing starts here.
From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room. Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK.
Here's some fun on the high seas. Partying an early freight cruise ship passenger went into acrylic glass panel on a water slide, shattered as he zipped along it. The icon of the seas guest, who was not identified, did require medical attention.
Yeah, I bet he did.
And had to go to the, ship hospital. Mm-hmm. He is in stable condition. They did not disclose the severity of his injuries. Apparently, this was the bottom of the slide.
Yeah.
Which is clear, and you can look below.
You can look below, and the people below can look up and see you zipping through.
The problem is you're about 18 feet, depending on where you are on that slide, to 20 to 5 feet off the ground. When he broke that panel, he crashed through.
So, and you're not always over water on those things.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He said, did the person fall out? Someone asked. Oh, yeah, he fell out. The water slide was shut down for the rest of the cruise for the investigation. Our question, at what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Marvel. Welcome to the men's room.
It's Marvell. But
or Marvell.
Yeah.
I like your ice cream cakes.
So funny. Anyways, when I was 22, I was on a snowboarding trip with a bunch of friends, and we were out backcountry snowboarding. And I was out, and I got stuck in a tree well, went to go jump myself out, thought everything was cool, and my foot comes out, and my board is still buried below the snow, and I rotate all the way around on one leg. Snowboard gets better. They get ready to call the Rangers. I finally come down because I was in a whiteout. And go home, go to work the same day. I'm like, my leg hurts. I just twisted it. Go for too much skateboarding, snowboarding, going and everything. And finally I went to the doctor. The doctor was like, hey, your kneecap isn't supposed to move like this. Then he was like, hey, go get an x-ray and everything. They were like, yeah, you shouldn't be able to walk. Like, my leg was holding on by, like, literally a sinew for my ACL.
Wow. And then what do they do to repair that? Is it a surgery, or did they put it in a brace, or what?
No, it's a full reconstructive surgery. At first, they thought it was just, they could go in arthroscopic and just 2 holes in the side of your leg and go and repair it that way. No, they had to cut my knee open, resculpt my knee, like the joint itself, and basically rebuild my leg.
You know, when they talk about resculpting, and I hear that in the medical world a lot, I wonder, would they also be good at whittling? Would they be good with clay? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the human body where if you F this up, it's obvious. So, like, if you went to a pottery class, I'd like to think you could nail this, right?
Yeah.
Like, I give you a knife and a piece of wood. You could create something cool, right? You could do that?
I think.
In theory.
I mean, you're sculpting a bone, man. And like I said, if you F that up, it's very problematic for the person. I'd like to think, all right, man, carve me an owl out of that piece of wood.
Is Marvell gone?
Marvell is gone.
Marvell, if you're still listening, I have a question. Do you spell it like Marvel? Marvel?
I mean, that's ways up there. And look, if that's the case, well, don't get mad at us. That's
no. I'm curious. So, like,
very
specific
about his
name. To me, it's Marvel. So I was
if it's Marvell, I would think this is me.
2 L's and an E.
Marvelle, and that
That's
says
Marvell.
It's like Danielle versus Daniel. I know you're Danielle,
correct.
But if you spell your name like Daniel, but your name is Danielle, that's fine. So don't have attitude back.
Or can you modify your own name?
Well, it's also like,
so I could be like Miles.
Right. And so I don't
spell
like
you could be
Miles.
Steve E. Stevie.
Stevie. Well, we have
Stevie.
Andrea that calls every once in a while, but she spells it like Andrea. Now, she's very cool about it, but it's like, why would your parents do that? That's stupid. Yeah. Like, just spell it with an O.
He could be my key.
You
know,
like Nike.
You just do whatever you want. Say, hey, Mike, how are you? No, it's my key.
Hello.
It's my key. Not Mikey.
It's Stevie.
I'm Saint Eve.
You're Stevie. Or right. Saint Eve.
Saint Eve.
Saint Eve.
There you go.
It's not Steve.
That's how it's pronounced.
It's Esteban.
Esteban.
I'm Millis.
Yeah.
Millis.
But parents can do that. Parents spell your name. So, like I said, Andrea, who calls? It's spelled Andrea. So she has to correct everyone because your parents chose to spell it in a way that everybody already says. And you're like, well, it's Andrea. And you go like, well, why do you spell it? And for her, it's like, I did not come up with the spelling. My parents came up with the spelling, and then they have to pass it down to her. It's Andrea.
See, this is the thing. Your parents give you your name.
Yeah.
You don't have that. So you don't have the choice to pick your name.
Or how to pronounce it.
Correct.
That's the issue.
So I play golf with a lot of people who are not originally from the United States.
Sure.
But they have United States names. Yeah. So I'll play, this is Doug, this is Paul, and this is Dave.
Right.
That's not the real name. They just picked an American name.
Because everyone messed up
Because it's, right.
It's a lot easier.
Well, you don't want to get made fun of it. So I always I went to grade school with a guy who went by Jeremy, and then we get to high school. He's like, my name's Trocon. But our grade school was pretty much all white kids, and he's like, I just didn't want to hear it.
Right. But then the song Jeremy came out.
But then Jeremy came out, and he was like, I should have called it Trocon.
I want to pick my world travel name. So if I go anywhere else, I get a different name.
Well, I was Steven Tyler in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
That's just hooked up with someone.
I was thinking Fernando. That's where I'm stuck on right now.
Right, but like for thrills, his name's Steve, so I would think in Mexico, they probably call you Esteban.
You know, but what's funny is
some of them might.
When you go to Mexico, and this is the way it works in other countries, so I go to Mexico, I go there a lot. They call me Steve. They will tell me, hey, if you were born in Mexico, you be Esteban. I'm like, I know that, but they call me Steve because that's my name. Similarly, I have met Estebans there, which I know translates to Steve, but I don't call them Steve. I call them Esteban, because that's her name. Because everyone will tell you, hey, like, I think Ivan, if you were in Russia, Ivan, I believe, is the equivalent of John, right?
Yeah.
But you don't call him John. They're like, I understand they're quote-unquote the same name, but I'm Ivan. I'm not John. There's a couple of those like that. Like Jose. We know it's Joe, but they're like, but that's not my name. My name's Jose. I don't know if they have a Josesis. Because I always say it's Joe, but Joe typically comes from Joseph. But they're like, yo, man, Jose's just Jose.
Well, like, recently I met a Russian guy, and he was, like, pronouncing his name. And I was like, Yevgeny, no worries. And he's like, how do you know? And I was like, I know a few Russians and Ukrainian. For some reason, Yevgeny is a very popular name.
It is. And what is it, like, Mateo, I believe, is Matthew.
Correct.
And Matthias in Germany would be Matthew. But if they introduce themselves that way, I'm not going to, hey, Matty boy. They're like, man, it's Matthias, you son of a, right?
Well, and like some people, especially if you come from another country, like India or Pakistan, or sometimes like the names are just hard. Like they just know Americans aren't going to get it right.
Right.
So you just pick like a standard American name, like you were saying, like John.
Just make it easy, man. Well, I got a buddy who, he is second generation U.S., but his dad is quote unquote off the boat Indian, right? And he's like, my actual birth last name is about 487 letters long. There's maybe 3 syllables in the whole thing, and he'll tell me what it is. And even after he says it, I'm like, there's no way. He's like, right. And my father figured this out, man. So he said the way we could identify that someone was trying to reach out to us, restaurant, hospital, whatever. Mr. It's like, that's us. Right here. He's like, right. You think it halfway through the first syllable, it's like, that is us.
It's like my wisdom teeth story.
What's that?
So I'm in the waiting room. I'm the only white guy. And they come out and they go, Mr. Smith. 3 people stand up, and then she just goes, Edward. I was like, yeah, okay.
Right.
She just based it on the room. Like, all right, they're all named Smith.
That means she's looking at the first name. It's like,
right. And then I got in there, and I kid you
are
not.
not Jake Wan.
Right. He goes, Mr. Smith, I'm Dr. Smith. I was like,
Jesus
all right.
Christ.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Jerry. Welcome to the men's room.
Jerry.
Speed, whiskey, and munches.
Hola! So, Jerry, when did you know you needed medical attention?
You've called the show before. You know the ropes.
Thursday, March 13th, I was climbing down a ladder. I thought I was on the first rung, but turns out I was on the second. So when I stepped on air, I continued to fall like a tree, and I was sore and limped around for the rest of the day and limped around for the following day. And because in the past, when I take such a fall, well, it's sore, but then it heals up in a couple of days. Well, my bones had gotten a lot more brittle in my old age. So the following Monday, March 17th, I was too sore to walk. So that's when I had to go to the hospital.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it works, man.
Broken foot or knee?
Is the pelvis, not the hip, but one of those a little ring bone that's below the hip where the femur pivots.
It's amazing.
Fortunately, I don't know that world yet, but one day I will.
I'm telling you,
I'm going to have to get like a hip replacement.
But ladders are the thing. Jerry, I did the same. No, I did not injure myself, but over the weekend, I had some reasons I had to be up on and around the ladder around the house. But I did the same thing. I'm climbing down the ladder. Thought I was on the bottom rung. I wasn't. And it's weird. Your body relaxes because you think your next football, you're done. And by the time you realize that you have miscalculated, I mean, there's nothing you can do. And I braced myself for the worst. I just kind of came down with a thud. Like nothing broke or anything, but I did stand there for about 5 seconds, kept rotating my foot.
Yeah.
And the things, I did it twice in one day. And it was 2 different ladders, right? So I'm doing one ladder, come down. But like I said, I think I'm on the bottom rung. I'm not. And you make the mental note. All right, man, don't do that again. Go to the other side of the house. I climb up the other ladder. I swear to God, I'm coming down. I'm on the bottom rung. I am confident that I'm on the bottom rung. And as soon as I realize I'm not, I'm like, God damn it. But nothing happened. But I'm like, Christ,
it's also like the last step on a set of stairs. Sometimes you go like, and just like, what was that?
I've never done it as an adult, but I remember being a kid and like somehow I'd trip up a stair.
Yeah, well, you know what? Because a lot of times when you're younger, your feet are outgrowing your body.
Yeah.
Because when I was in my teens, I hit size 13 shoe before I was tall enough for it to not look insane. So I never fell down the stairs. But every time I went upstairs, man, school, home, it didn't matter. I was going to fall and I was going to eat it. And it sucked, man.
Right. And our front porch was like 4 big concrete stairs.
Yeah.
And I still remember coming home at night, and I feel like I would miss that top one all the time. Then you're just laying there crying like
Did you ever have carpeted stairs?
Oh, yeah.
Have you done that thing where you have socks on, like you heel the end of the step?
Oh, yeah.
And somehow your both heels come together?
Because you're trying to stop yourself.
Boom, 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 all the way down.
I think it's the best thing that can happen.
You can't stop it. Like your legs just stay... They straighten out, but you never actually can hit a step.
No, there's no friction.
Because you're going too fast.
Yeah, but my buddy's house now, he's got one of those newer kind of row houses up our way.
Yeah.
So that if you're going to the deck up top, it's carpeted. But then from the bedroom level down to the kitchen level, it's just wood, but it's stained.
All right.
I hate it. Because it looks exactly the same. And I was, the first time we were there, I was helping him.
Is it one long staircase then?
Yeah.
Okay.
But when he was moving in, I was helping him. I go, somebody is going to eat it on these stairs. I thought it would be me, but I was just like, I can't imagine.
So who's done it?
I'm not at liberty to say. It was somebody, they are embarrassed by it, but it was somebody who just...
What do you mean? Are they okay?
They're fine. Just if you were having a get-together and you have me and a couple of my buddies and everybody else, like you'd be like, oh, it's the guys lugging around the cooler, slugging beers. It wasn't us.
Oh. Okay. Oh, someone who should not have fallen. Okay.
Correct. But I was just like, as soon as it happened, I hopped up. I was like, I told you, you got to put some strips on those stairs or something. Because when you look down, they just look exactly the same.
Yeah. You kind of get disoriented a little bit.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROB.
If I'm leaving a Seahawks game, I'm on the right, hold on to the railing.
I always hold the railing when I'm going down the stairs at a stadium. Because when you're looking down, it's a death. If you fall, you're going down all of them, right. And they're all cement, man. Yeah. That's the difference. Hello, Wes. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
All right, boys. So you were talking about crossbows earlier. Just real quick, when you go to get your crossbow to the house, you have to use a practice bolt, and it's plastic to get rid of it. Sorry, just had to put that out there.
Well, so wait a minute. So what do you mean?
So when you go, you can't just dry. Well, it's not healthy to dry fire your crossbow.
Okay.
Also, you can cut your fingers off if you go to.
Oh, right. Okay.
Release. Yeah. So you just put a practice bolt in there, and it's like a plastic little bolt, and it just kind of shoots. I have a little target thing, and I just, boop, and then it's so.
You think that's what the guy shot himself in the head with?
Or did that thing ricochet?
I don't think so. I think somebody broke into his house, bro.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
That's honestly, to me, that's worse.
Yeah.
Could he have in theory fired? It ricocheted off a tree or did something weird and just came back and just went right through his head.
I mean, in theory, yeah, but I would think that's
I've done some dumb crap with my crossbow. And
okay, why do you have it?
Why not?
Why do I have it?
Yeah, I mean, is there other than target? You know what I'm saying? Is there? Could you hunt with it?
Yeah, deer hunting.
Okay.
But so my thing that I called in about was, so I was in college down in Springfield, Missouri, and go Bears. And so I was going over to my buddy's house. We both rode motorcycles together, and I was going to go help him move. And so I turned right out of my apartment complex, and I had the right of way. And I look at this girl, and she's in her car, and I'm like, and I see her. She looks right. She doesn't look left where I'm coming from. And so she just pulls out. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going underneath the car. And so I dump my motorcycle, roll. I headbutt her door as I roll. And my hand was in front of my head. And I headbutt my hand and break my hand.
Jesus.
And, yeah, so I'm underneath the car, half underneath the car, and I look at, she rolls her window down and goes, I didn't even see you. And I was like, yeah, I know.
Really?
No kidding.
What else you got?
Well, and this cop saw the whole thing go down, so, now I got a good witness, and he comes over and he pulls me over and he puts me on the lawn, and he's like, hey, man, you're in shock. don't get up. And I was like, nah, I need a cigarette. So I go, so my right hand, my right hand's broke. So I use my left hand and I go to smoke a cigarette. And he's like, dude, you're in shock. You need to sit down. And I immediately just start throwing up. And he's like, you're in shock. You need to sit down. And I was like, yep, you're right. And I was like, he's like, do you want an ambulance? I was like, nope, that's like $800. I was like, nope. And so I call my buddy I was going to help move. He takes me to the hospital. I go straight into the ICU and he calls my mom. She drove from St. Louis to Springfield, Missouri in under an hour and a half, which it should take about 3.5 hours.
Jesus.
And, oh, yeah, no, she got pulled over by the highway patrol, and she told him, like, hey, my son's in the hospital. And he goes, just follow me, and turned his lights on.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And so, oh, yeah. And so she got there, and the worst thing about the whole process was the nurse, who was attractive, I was like, I got to pee. And she's like, you can't get up because we haven't given you enough MRIs or what's the other, CT scans?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, can I please just go pee? And she's like, I will hold this jug and you can turn on your side and pee. And I was like, I am not doing that.
Oh, I've been there and done it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really weird. You're like, you're going to hold this thing for me?
All right.
Okay.
I'm like,
and they
no,
also,
dude. Ugh.
So, okay. In my instance, I thought that I was going to stick it in there.
Yeah.
And use the bathroom. Oh, no.
She stuck it in?
She just grabbed it and stuck the whole thing on there.
You know
why?
Like,
wait a minute. Because I kind of just like, I was not ready to jump back because I was coming out of anesthesia. So I wasn't really, I was like, whoa.
That means she has been peed on before.
Something.
Like, yeah. I will do this.
I swear to God, man. I was like, wow.
Armageddon.
Unexpected hand on the penis. I just didn't see that coming. It's like, whoa.
Tan, beautiful woman. And I'm like, please, not in front of my mother.
Man, look, at that point, I don't care. You want to hold my penis while I pee? Knock yourself out. My mom's there. Well, I don't care.
I woke up and I tried to sit up.
Yeah.
But I was still kind of out of it.
Sure.
And so she's like, you got to lay back down. I'm like, I have to go pee. And she had the thing right there.
Always, yeah.
And she grabbed it. And then she grabbed me and put the two hoses together. Mm-hmm. I was like, ah! At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Oh, hey.
Hey, thanks for meeting me here. It's just, you're my only lawyer friend, and I need your professional opinion. Do you see that brand new Hyundai Tucson out there? That's all I paid for it.
Let me get back to you on that.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Santa Fe models. And check out our other great deals at your Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends September 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
Are you thinking about investing in real estate to build wealth and passive income? The wrong property or market could cost you thousands. At Norada Real Estate Investments, we've helped over 12,000 investors nationwide make smarter decisions and generate real passive income. And now we're sharing our proven strategy with you absolutely free. Introducing the ultimate guide to passive real estate investing, your step-by-step roadmap to smarter investing. Inside, you'll discover how to find high-growth markets, strategies to generate 30 to 40% total returns, 5 costly mistakes new investors make and how to avoid them, tips for earning passive income without being a landlord. Don't just take our word for it.
Narada's guide helped me avoid a bad deal and close on a property that's already delivering 35% returns.
Download your free guide now at PassiveRealEstateGuide.com. That's PassiveRealEstateGuide.com. Your path to smarter investing starts here.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
Our question, at what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Marilyn. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
So when the Kraken started playing here, I got tickets the night before their very first preseason game at Showware. So I was getting ready to go to the game, and I was on the floor, and I went to stand up, and I tripped and fell and landed on my nose, my tooth, and my hand.
Ooh, Jesus.
Got up, and I have a history of dislocating my shoulder, so I thought, I think I dislocated it. Still going to go. Said to my daughter, okay, you drive. I grabbed an ice pack, put it on my shoulder. We drove down to the game, parked across the street, walked to the game, watched the whole game. Also watching the Oregon Civil War game on my phone with the lady next to me with the ice pack. By the end of the game, I realized, I don't think it's dislocated. I better go to the emergency room. So we stop at the emergency room on the way home, and they went, you what? How long ago? I don't know, about 6 hours. They're like, okay, so they x-rayed it. I shattered the head of the humerus, which is the ball on the upper part of your arm, and fractured the tibia plateau, which is the wide part of your lower leg, that apparently when you damage that, it's usually like 6 months of non-weight bearing.
Cool.
And I straightened my deviated septum.
Hold on, wait a minute, wait. So that was a positive?
Yes, that was the one positive.
You actually fixed your nose?
I fixed my nose, yeah.
That's impressive.
That was,
So how long was your recovery after all of this?
So I had to have surgery on my shattered arm. That was a bunch of pins and a plate. That took 18 months of physical therapy. Surgery, I had to have 2 surgeries on my arm. And then my tibia plateau, interestingly enough, I fractured it rather than shattering it. So I had to be non-weight bearing for 6 weeks. But in that 6 weeks, we found out my mother-in-law was dying, so we had to go to Pittsburgh.
God.
And so, yeah, it was a whole time. So that was actually not bad. That was like 2 months. But the arm, 18 months.
What did you trip over?
Nothing.
You face planted for no reason.
I face planted. Yeah, we have concrete floors covered with hardwoods, and I was from like a kneeling position, not even standing straight up. So I don't know why, but yeah, I shattered my arm and my leg and still went to the game. And then at the hospital, they're like, do you realize 11 years ago today you were here because I shattered the other arm in a car accident?
Jesus, man.
On the exact same day.
What's the date?
October 2nd.
Oh, it's coming up. What you got planned this year? What big medical emergency?
Stay on the couch.
And funny enough, it was a Saturday both days. I'm hoping,
Even if she stays on the couch, that a bunch of the ceiling collapses and like clips you on the side of the head or something.
But October 2nd's a Thursday, so she should be okay.
Should be.
Hopefully I got a couple more years, and let's hope not anything else. So
do you know the next time the October 2nd falls on a Saturday? Because apparently all the stars must align for you to damage yourself.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think wrapping bubble wrap or something on that day. So
I would
a couple years away.
Yeah, I would suggest that. I would suggest, do you have dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, get them out of the house that day. Just any risk factor. Yeah, just get it out of the house.
She's got till 2027.
Okay. All right. You got 2 good years in you before it goes back down again. I'm just saying, like, I'm not superstitious, but if that keeps happening, I go, look, man, October 2nd is just not my day. Right? I don't want to do anything. I don't want to be anywhere. Do not take me out of the house. I don't care that it's a Saturday. Just no.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Scott. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, hola.
Hola.
Long-time listener, first-time caller. I love the program, and I love this topic.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I love injuries.
You know, a lot of the stories kind of remind us of other things that we've done.
Of course.
Been there, done that. I've never put a crossbow bolt through my own skull, but
okay.
The day ain't over yet. Maybe later. My injury took place during March Madness of last year. It was a Saturday as well, and I was watching Gonzaga play, and I had a beer or 3, or something like that. My fiance and I live on a boat, so I was watching the games here. And when she got home, she reminded me, we were supposed to fill up the water tank today. Our water supply is dry. So what we have to do to fill up the water tank is run the hose from the dock to the front end of the boat. So we have to walk along the side of the boat, drag the hose up there, put it into a downspout, and then fill up the tank that way. Any other day, it probably would have been okay, but my center of gravity was not there. And I'm trying to walk along the side of the boat, which is about 12 inches in width, and just somehow, some way, in mid-step, as my right leg is going to traverse in front of my left, something hit that hose, and it caught. And it was like I got clotheslined by a linebacker. I snapped back, lost my balance, and I toppled over the side of the boat.
Ooh, in March?
This was in March, yeah.
Sounder Lake.
This is the lake.
Thank
Lake
God.
Union.
Jesus,
Yeah,
well, that
Lake
saves you about
Union
10 degrees.
It was probably a good thing that the water was cold. I didn't hit it first. I missed the water, and I hit the dock. So as I got pulled over, I'm off balance, and I landed straight on my shoulder blade. And I felt, heard, smelled it pop, and then I bounced into the water.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So
there we go. It's premature on the sound effect.
Well, you finally got the water you were looking for.
The question is, when did you realize you needed medical attention? And my answer right then was, as soon as I can get out of this damn lake. I broke my right shoulder, full dislocation of the humerus bone. It popped out of the rotator cuff, stretched out the tendon, and I'm doing half a doggy paddle because I couldn't get my right arm to move at all.
I was going to say, how did you get out of the water?
Well, my fiance, bless her heart, was trying so hard to help me out.
She
grabbed a life preserver, and she threw it at me, expecting me to catch it. My face caught it. She got me right between the eyes with the life preserver. And I just kind of shoved that over to the side. Then I tried to find a way to get myself out of the water with one arm. In our immediate vicinity of our slip, there's no ladder to get out. But we have a neighbor who had a boat with a low swim deck. And so I was able to scooch my way on over to that in the water and was able to kind of thrust my way out of the water, grab hold of the ladder that's on their swim deck, and with one hand, try to pull myself out of the water. So I get up and, she meets me on the other side of this boat. And right about then is when shock started coming in. It was cold. They had the effects of alcohol, which probably didn't help.
No, they didn't.
The shock of the pain, it all kicked in.
And what was all the damage? Well, you said all the damages. What's your recovery time in all of this?
Yeah, okay. It took from March until May to actually get into the surgeon to get the tendons.
What do you do in the meantime? If you need surgery, and I know you're not internally bleeding, but I'm saying you need surgery based on what happened. Like, what do you do for the 2 months in between?
Okay. That same day we ran to urgent care, and they couldn't help. They weren't going to touch it, so they sent me to UW Medical Center. And about 6 hours after plummeting off the boat, hitting the dock, and walking around with one arm 4 inches longer than the other one, they got me into a surgeon. They had to put me under to reduce or put the arm back into its socket.
Yeah.
So they fixed the dislocation. It took another 6 weeks after that to actually get in to do the surgery for the tendons and all that kind of stuff.
I got you.
Yeah. Out of work for about 3 months after that, and I guess I've been doing physical therapy now for about a year.
And how much longer do you think you have on that?
I'd say I'm probably doing pretty well. We're trying to rebuild strength because you have all that atrophy where you just can't do anything. You kind of scratch your ass with your left hand. So I'm back to a point. I've been working for a while, and I'm starting to work out again, trying to rebuild some of the strength that I had beforehand. So it's been a good year-long process. I'm light at the end of the tunnel, though.
Was this past March?
March of 24.
Oh,
yeah. Wow.
So did Gonzaga win or lose that game?
Dude, I would think that they won because it seems like they did pretty well in that tournament.
Okay.
But,
that's the kids that went to Oklahoma City, right? That's the year the tall, lanky kid from Oklahoma City.
I think so. Yeah. And what?
That's the guy.
If you live on a houseboat, what are the advantages and disadvantages of living on a houseboat? So, like, what's the best part to you, and what's the part that annoys the living piss out of you?
The best part of it, I would say it's a secured marina, so we don't have a whole bunch driving by. We don't have to deal with that. We live on the water. Beautiful to have a back deck or something like that, and we've made it home. You have to be ready for some space limitations. I got to tell you, while I was in that cast and my arm was immobilized for. I was going stir crazy. You couldn't imagine a bigger case of cabin fever in a smaller cabin. It was tricky.
Well, the toilet's small. Mm-hmm. The shower's small. The area you have to move around in, and now you have one less arm to do it.
Right. The biggest challenge since you mentioned it was trying to keep balance. The lake rocks, the boat rocks.
Yeah.
And when one arm is pinned against your side, I felt like I was on a high wire a lot.
Yeah, I can believe it.
You go from one room to the other, yeah.
Are you on like a sailboat or like a houseboat?
It's a houseboat. It's a 40-foot yacht on Lake Union. So
I'm sure I've seen it many a time.
I was going to say, I had some friends that lived on a sailboat over in, like by Golden Gardens.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's Shoal Marina or whatever.
How big is your boat, roughly?
I can't remember. I mean, it was a nice sailboat, right? It had like the bedroom in the back and then one little one up front and everything. It was cool. But if you had more than 3 or 4 people, it was
real crowded, real
tight.
quick. Yeah.
Correct. And then one night we were out there watching a thunderstorm, which is pretty rare for this area.
Yeah.
But you just realize you're sitting
with a giant lightning
big
rod.
metal poles.
Right, you're just sitting on the stern, and then my buddy was like, you might want to get off that, like, come inside. I was like, no, you're not wrong.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Adam. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, bicholas.
Hola.
So I'm about 75% of the way through my existing needing medical condition.
All right.
So back in March, I like to work out with some dumbbells and stuff, and I came home one day and went to do some curls, and with my left arm, I could not even lift a 20-pound dumbbell up past my waist. So I went down to the doctor to get checked out. They did an x-ray, and there's 3 x-ray girls in the room. The gal takes the x-ray and immediately grabs the other 2 gals back there and says, "Have you ever seen this before?"
Oh, cool. What every patient wants to hear.
You're the Petri dish.
Yeah.
So the other 2 gals look at me, and then they look down at the screen, and then they look away. So they send me to a spinal surgeon, and I get a nerve test. Eventually, everything they're pushing through is like, stat. This needs to be done immediately. Mind you, this is back in March. So I go get an MRI, and the MRI shows that I have 3 blown discs in my neck.
Jesus.
That are pushing on my spinal cord, and they're cutting all the fluid off around my spinal cord and pushing on the nerve that controls my left arm, which is why it's super weak.
Wow. Okay. How did that happen, or do they know?
They say degenerative disc disorder. I happen to work at a manufacturer of large things that fly and spend a lot of time crouched down with my neck straight up in the air, but they will deny and defend themselves to
of course.
Dying day that it's not them. So, anyways, 3 weeks from now, I go down to the surgeon. They're going to remove those 3 discs, put in cages, fuse the front of my spine together, and then on the 6th, I will be out at your 20th anniversary.
All right.
Nice. Yeah.
Now, what kind of condition are you going to be in at the 20th anniversary party?
I told you I'll be the guy on the cervical collar.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right.
So this is 3 days after surgery. At the very least, I'll be highly medicated and completely enjoying myself.
I'm wondering, like, how much you can tip your head back to drink.
That's a good
one. Like you can drink through a straw. Bendy straws.
I was going to say.
Might not be the time to be drinking booze.
Yeah, if you're all medicated.
Or the perfect time.
It is the perfect time.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Well, damn.
I'll bring you up on stage. Come on.
Put him on the TED Tab.
Did you offer?
TED Tab.
If you're 3 days out of surgery and a neck brace, no beers on the TED Tab.
Yeah, that's fair.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
That guy's going to be asleep.
Yeah, no kid, man.
I'm just saying, that's a big surgery. Those are big prescriptions.
I got to think that prescription is going to be like, tops.
Yeah.
Hello, Vicky. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Okay, so this was a long time ago. I had back pain, and it was really bothering me, and my ex-husband said, basically, get over it, quit your whining. But it went on, and so I went up to my doctor, and my doctor said, that's come with old age. You're going to get a sore back once in a while. I'm old age. I'm 45. And he's like, just take some Tylenol, whatever. And I thought, this is really, really hurting me. So I drove myself down to the ER and found out that I had bacterial meningitis.
Oh.
Which is fatal.
Yeah.
And spent a week in the hospital.
Now, how do you end up with bacterial meningitis?
I have no idea.
So you don't know how you get it? Like, is it through food? Is it through the air? Like,
in other words, so there's ways to get it, but are you saying that, like, the doctors did not know specifically how you got it?
Right, and you can get it from other people, and I work with the public because I am an optician, so I'm really close to people's faces.
So is it an airborne thing?
Yeah, basically, yes.
Oh, that's comforting. Okay. That's good to know. Huh. Wow.
If you're close enough.
So when they tell you this, how long did the doctor say? In other words, because you were always going to die if you didn't show up here, blah, blah, blah. So was it like 2 days, 5 minutes, a week, what?
Oh, no, probably a month.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's nice of the doctors. Usually bad 5 minutes. So
it would have just, the pain would have got worse.
What do you do in a hospital for a week? Like, how do you occupy your time? Has the TV channels, have they improved? You're like, entertainment-wise. Can you do anything?
Well, it's like I said, this was 20 years ago. I'm 65 now, so.
What do they do to treat bacterial meningitis? Is it just antibiotics or what?
Yes, yeah, lots of IVs and lay on your back. You can't really do much movement. So the way they found out I had it was took some spinal tap and found out that some fluid was in there that wasn't supposed to be in there.
Okay. Well, Vicky, that's awfully terrifying. Thank you for sharing that.
Jesus.
That is.
God damn, man.
I will say, when I had pneumonia the first time as a kid, I had to spend like a few days in the hospital. Well, I mean, I was in high school, but it was right after Christmas.
All right.
Wasn't too bad, man. There was a lot of bowl games on.
You know what? That's a good point.
I just thought it was cool because the nurses always came in and checked on me. So my parents couldn't be there all the time. I was like probably 8 or 9.
What were you in for?
They thought I had appendicitis.
What was it?
Severe bronchitis.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Jesus.
But I liked it. I mean, anytime you
Has
like...
your throat and stuff ever been okay?
No. But like Jell-O, pudding, ice cream, macaroni and cheese.
Yeah, as a kid, you're like, this is great.
I mean, anytime I wanted.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, when you're a kid, if you were flying alone or in the hospital, you get hooked up. Because as a kid, I loved when we could fly alone. You know, when your parents are there, like, you can't do this, you can't do that.
No.
I'm like, and
you
then
want
when
a
you're
soda?
a kid and
Hell
fly,
yeah, I want a soda.
They give it to you for free. And then they give you this. Then they give you that. Then they hang out with you. All this stuff. You know, you feel like a rock star by the time you get off the plane.
The only thing I didn't like was they put me in the shower.
Yeah.
And I think just at that age.
Well, sure.
Before the locker room, before all that stuff, you're 8 or 9 years old, and you're like, I'm not taking off my clothes in front of you.
Get out of here, creep.
Crazy. Like, we've already seen you. You've already been knocked out. We already know what you got.
That's a good point.
I don't care. I'm awake now. Now I know. At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations. No matter why your clients give, their donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. They can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or other non-cash assets like real estate and even crypto, while recommending grants at any time. DAF Giving 360 can offer you over 25 years of expertise, bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim. This is incredible.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go. This time for real.
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship game.
And he's in for a touchdown.
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Text the guys at 206-803-ROCK. From the Pinky's Plumbing Studio, you're in the men's room.
Coming up at 4:30 on the program, the return of Who Sucks Less. Right after emails on our question, at what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Paul. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola, guys. How are you?
Hola. Doing well, man.
Awesome. Hey, first of all, I'd like to thank you guys for doing what you do. And I've been to a couple parties over in Ballard with you guys. You guys are always fun.
Oh, right on. Thank you, bro. Very cool.
Yeah. So my story is it's obviously very dumb. When I was like 18, 19, we went on our senior trip, and a couple of me and my buddies, we went on a cruise, and we were partying in one of the bars, and they shut it down, and I was standing against the wall waiting for my buddies, and I passed out standing against the wall, and right next to the wall was a staircase, and I fell down the staircase.
Jesus. How many stairs are on this staircase?
I would say there was about 10 because I landed on I ended up on the landing screaming my head off because I was in so much pain.
What, was this because you were drunk?
Yes, I passed out standing against the wall, and the ship or I was moving, and I just slid right back on the wall down the stairs.
What was the damage you did to yourself, or did it just hurt?
It hurt incredible. I was yelling. I was in so much pain. But on those stairs, on the edge, there was metal. So when I landed, I hit a piece of the metal with my head first.
Okay, that will do it.
Good. Checked off all the boxes.
Did the ship doctor check you out?
They did take me to the ship doctor, and he was really mad because I woke him up at like 3 a.m.
Well, he's the ship doctor. What does he expect? You're on call, bro.
I know. It was weird. So I got home, and they wouldn't let me drink for a day, and I was kind of bummed out about that.
Well,
but
yeah.
Then I got back home, and I told my mom, I was like, she was an X-ray tech, and I go, hey, my head kind of hurts. So they took an X-ray, and I had cracked my skull a little bit.
Oh, geez. Is there anything they could do, or do you just have to wait for it to heal?
You just wait for it to heal. It had a huge bump there, and then it finally went away, and then it just calcified.
Okay.
When you're on when you're on a ship and you go to like you got to wake up the doctor. Does that have a good, like a fun name, like the infirmary?
All I know is that doctor was super mad, and for some reason I was so drunk that I thought I could speak Spanish, and I don't speak Spanish, and it was making him so mad.
Hola, mi amigo.
I go, yeah, it was so embarrassing, and like they wanted to charge me $50, and they kept they wouldn't let me off the boat unless I paid them $50. It was insane.
Okay, I mean, in the doctor's defense, you're drunk, you fall backwards down a stairwell, and then you're speaking Spanish to them. It's 3 a.m.
All right, now let me ask you this: we're not going to let you off the boat unless you pay $50. Well, I'm on a cruise ship.
Yep.
I'm not giving you the $50. Now what? Do I get to cruise around with you? I mean, like. What are they going to do?
They literally came up to my door a couple times and said, you owe us this money.
I want my $50.
Exactly. And I was like, really, $50? I mean, I'm the one that got hurt. And they're like, just give us the $50 and get off our boat.
Okay. All
Good
right.
times.
Well, you know what, to be fair, as far as medical treatment goes, $50, not so bad.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
I'm starting to wonder if there's something about people that go on cruises.
I mean, well, yeah, because you're surrounded by booze. There's nowhere else to go. So you tend to get very, very hammered. I will say, the cruise I went on, I mean, we're in the Mediterranean, so I've been like, wait a minute. I can stay on the boat if I don't give you $50. I'd still be there.
I saw a video the other day. There's some passage or something. It's like where all the 3 oceans meet.
All right.
And the swells are massive. So
Sure.
It's a video of a dude like sitting in his room and these waves are like hitting the window.
Ooh.
And then I found out like only certain cruise ships will go in there as they're big enough. And people pay extra to go through like the turbulent stuff.
Yeah, no.
I'm with you.
We had one rough day at sea.
What if that's at the bottom of South America?
It said where the Atlantic, Pacific, and Southern meet.
That would probably be about that.
That would be South America.
I would not spend extra on that. We had one quote-unquote rough day at sea. I did not feel too much. My wife did. I mean, I knew the boat was moving. Turns out I do not get motion sickness, but there was no doubt that the boat's kind of rocking back and forth. Now, that said, the waves never hit my window. That would have been a much different experience in my mind if that were the case.
There's kind of the bottom of the Baja Peninsula, California Peninsula.
All right.
There's kind of like an arch in the water.
Yeah.
And when you go to the Pacific part, out of the bay, they're gunning it uphill.
Oh, right.
You are on the water, but you are gunning it uphill.
That's crazy.
It is the weirdest thing. I'm like, we going uphill? He's like, see. And I'm like, this is nuts.
Oh,
I'm
he
like,
can speak Spanish.
Isn't water supposed to be flat?
Supposed to be. It's probably like, it's supposed to
That's
be.
like giant-ass hammerhead was down there. Because he gets on the phone, and he spots it. I don't.
Okay.
Because he's like, yeah, there. I looked, I didn't see anything. So he gets on the phone, and he calls the guy that's boat captain up there that he knows. And he goes, get your snorkelers out of the water, basically.
Oh, because of the hammer.
He said it in Spanish. I didn't know what he was saying. And it's like, hey, man, what's going on? He's like, big shark.
Oh, say no more.
And I was like, oh, okay.
All right.
And then later I was like, well, what was it? He's like, hammerhead. I was like, oh. Well, I thought they didn't attack humans. He's like,
oh, sure. I don't know.
Just
I think if anything's big enough,
get out of the water.
Right, like statistically, I'm sure they don't. You know what I mean? But
sure.
But also, I've seen some that are massive, and it's like, get everybody out of the water.
Huge. Here's my thing. When you say
huge.
statistically blank, that means there is a statistic.
Correct.
If you can say this has never happened, don't worry about it. I go, cool. But if you say, well, statistically, you're like, okay, so it's happened. Might not happen much.
Right, like I could sit here all day and just go, if you have to run into a bear, I think I'd rather run into a black bear.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean a black bear won't F you up.
Well, here's the thing. If you go to Space Needle, they have that glass floor, right?
Yeah.
They don't say statistically no one's fallen through the glass floor. They say no one's fallen through the glass floor. Now, if you went to the Space Needle and you were standing on the glass floor and they go, well, statistically speaking, you're safe, then there's no chance I step on it. To me, that is the entire difference.
I swear to God, that thing's uphill.
Yeah.
You can
It's like the alpine slides I went on a few months ago. Some people ride with their kids.
Yeah.
So it says maximum weight for 2 passengers is like 370 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
Then in parentheses it says, unless it's raining, 340.
Oh.
To this day, I'm like, what happened the one day the first day it rained?
You know what happened. You know what happened. Hey, so we went to the CN Tower in Toronto, and my daughter, they have a glass floor, and that thing, I'm going to guess, is maybe twice as tall as Space Needle, definitely a couple 100 feet more. And they have the glass floor, and you look down, and for me, this is not cool. And my daughter's dancing on the thing and doing all this crap, and she's like, Dad, walk out here. And I'm like, no way. And she points at the wall, and they have a poster, and they're showing you the weight that these glass floors can hold. There's a poster of 5 killer whales. And she says they can hold 5 killer whales. I said, what happened to the 6th one? And she stopped dancing and got off the glass floor. My wife's like, nice. I'm like, maybe I should have phrased that different, but right.
Yeah.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
We were talking earlier about bacterial meningitis. And Angela, you have some information now. People contract this?
Oh, hi.
Hola.
So my brother got bacterial meningitis when he was a year and a half. He is 41 years old right now. He died twice from it.
Jesus.
Had to be medevaced. It left him deaf with Tourette syndrome, and he has the mentality of a 10-year-old. And I just want to put it out there that there is a vaccine for it that I trust. A lot of medical professionals won't tell you about it. But
Why? Why would they not tell you? Because obviously bacterial meningitis is not something anybody wants to get.
they still don't have any rhyme or reason why they get it. They have no rhyme or reason how you can get it. But there is a vaccine. You have to take it the day you were born and then when you're 16 years old.
So they have no idea how your brother contracted it. They just know that he did, and then it has led to these further complications.
The only thing that my mom is very intelligent, and the only thing that she read up on is towards water.
Really? So it's more waterborne, or you're more likely to get it from water as a source than anywhere else, as best anyone can tell?
Bodies of water.
Bodies of water.
We lived in Wisconsin, and when he contracted it, we were in California visiting our relatives.
We can tell you're from Wisconsin based on how you said Wisconsin. Mm-hmm. That is the truth. Like, say Wisconsin again.
Wisconsin.
Don't try to switch it up now.
California.
Yeah, California. Okay. Yeah, for whatever reason, man, I feel like most of the time I hear about meningitis, it is babies. Or little itty-bitty kids. And for whatever reason, it seems like, I don't know, like 20 years ago, it seemed like it was much more of the norm than it is now.
I feel like when I was in high school, there was a college student in Maryland that died from it.
That sounds familiar.
It was like a massive story. And I remember we were all really scared. We were like,
is this another vaccination I need to get? Then what? 1 day old.
Well, at this point, too late.
Yeah, it's like the chicken pox.
Yeah, but look, here's the thing about chickenpox. Chickenpox wasn't killing anyone, so I did not realize that they now had a vaccine against it, right?
Well,
so,
they do it, and also shingles.
But when my kid was born, I'm thinking, okay, as my wife and I are projecting what the future is going to be, it's like, all right, you got to do the chickenpox party because that's how they did it with us, right? And when they're giving our kid the shots, they're like, oh, this one's for chickenpox. I'm like, what do you mean it's for chickenpox? I'm like, there's a vaccine against it. I'm like, when did this happen? And the lady was nice and just said, after you were born and before your kids were. I'm like, man, that's lame. And what's funny is the nurse, she was about my age. She's like, I know. Like all of us, we wanted to torment our kids.
I have a friend my age that had it.
Yeah. As an adult?
No.
Oh.
But I guess wherever he grew up.
Oh, the vaccine?
Yeah. You could hear it in my voice. I'm still pissed.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Good for kids now.
Yeah,
no,
I
you
know.
don't have to get it.
I know.
But I'm just like, you're an adult. You never had to go through this? He's like, no. And I'm like,
my parents sent me, I was 4 years old. I did not know why, but they wanted me and my brother to play with this little girl down the street. We did not have an issue with her. We knew her, but we never really hung out. And we went there and we played with toys, whatever. The parents were upstairs drinking, having a good time. After about 2 hours, we went home, said goodbye to this girl, and I'm pretty sure I never even saw her ass again. And then we had chickenpox, and my parents explained to us. But keep in mind, when they're explaining this to a child, my brother and I are like, wait, what? Like, well, she had chickenpox, and so we sent you guys down there to get it. We're like, you got us sick on purpose? They're like, well, yeah, but look, at that point, kids are tuned out.
Just get rid of it. Just do it.
Yeah. But as a kid, that does not make sense. Why would you do that?
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
I saw somebody the other day. I can't remember if it was an Instagram person or somebody else kind of famous, and they were just talking about having the shingles.
Ooh, take that shot. Get that.
Right, that's it. He was just like, you think it's for old people? Like, I'm 30, whatever, or 40. Like, this is awful. You do not want to get. I was just like, no, damn.
Yeah, my dad got it. I was probably like 15, and he rarely ever got sick. And if he did get sick, you couldn't tell. And he was out for like a week, man. And at the time, shingles didn't mean anything. So my mother's like, well, there's this thing called shingles. Shingles to me are the things you put on the roof of your home, right? So I figured she misquoted it, didn't know what she's talking about. When I finally kind of saw my father again when he got his ass together, he's like, look, man, it's called shingles. I don't know what it is, but you don't want it. I'm like, okay, duly noted, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Shelley. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
So I realized I needed medical help after I was run over by a horse.
After?
Come on. Why were you run over by a horse?
My husband and I were in our neighbor's pasture taking care of their horses, and we got caught in some herd dynamics. One horse went to pester another, and then she blew through my husband, who pushed through me, and I just went flat on the ground. And I didn't realize anything was wrong when it happened because I had no pain, no nothing. And 7 months earlier, I had a knee replacement. And so as I'm sitting there, I pick up my leg to see if my knee's okay. And then my ankle's just flopping from side to side. Yeah. And I realized at that moment that it was broken. And all the bones were broken.
So, but they didn't put you down.
Yeah, right.
Like anytime a horse breaks an ankle in like a race. Oh, yeah, he's dead now.
Yeah, the horse is
He's
like, get
dead.
over it,
We
bitch,
don't really
you're
need you.
fine.
I mean, why is that?
Hello, Shelley.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, it's because they do that because the recovery process is really long for horses and very difficult.
But it is for humans, too.
Okay, but let me ask you this. Do you think if you said to a horse, hey, look, man, it's going to be a long road to recovery, they'd be like, cool. That's fine.
You'll never be able to run again.
Right.
But you can stud.
Right.
Do they have to do it on the track?
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Well, it depends on the severity of the break as well. So sometimes if it's a clean enough break in an area that they could repair and successfully repair, they will. But otherwise, yeah, if you're going to have
a mare that's just going to be a brood mare after that, or you've got a stud, because a gelding's not going to be any good. There's, they can't stud. They just can't.
They're like not my choice.
Bother anything. So yeah, but yeah, you're right. It does seem a little unfair.
Well,
I
it's
agree
just
with that.
the racetrack is where you hear it the most for obvious reasons. But was it 2 or 3 years ago? I can't remember the racetrack, but they had like 3 horses go down in like a month. So every time they ran a race, a horse went down. They put a blanket over the thing and basically just blew its head off and then dragged it off the track. I'm like, oh my God, man, that's
Yeah, I had a friend that just had to put a horse down because he broke his leg when he was out working some cattle.
Who does this? Is there someone you call,
or do you just do it yourself?
It's probably best to do it yourself, because if you call a vet or something like that, you've got to wait, and then the horse sits there and suffers. So,
the horse is
I
like, I'll wait.
They didn't put the bullet through me, but I ended up with surgery and 3-4 nights in the hospital, and yeah.
Wow.
But yeah,
are you skittish around horses at all, or are you just like, it happened?
No. Honestly, because I have horses too.
Oh, of course.
These are my neighbor's horses. I know where every stinking horse is in the pasture now. So, because we were paying attention, but I wasn't even near that horse. I was near the colt. And so she just blew through my husband, and he blew through me. And
well, how was your husband?
Now, pardon? He ended up with 2 broken ribs. And which, that's not fun either. But, and I had to scooch out of the pasture on my butt. And this was just last year. Well,
when you have a pet and they do something wrong, they know it, especially a dog.
Oh, yeah.
A cat knows too.
They just don't care.
Right. They don't care, but they know. Did the horse know? I mean, could you tell the horse was like...
No. And as a matter of fact, when the dust settled, they were just standing over there looking at us like, what the hell are you doing on the ground?
Yeah, like, get up, human. See, that would piss me off. I'd be like, you get your ass over here and help me get up.
Yeah, something, man.
Just ran me over for no reason.
Yeah, but everybody knows horses are heartless.
Seriously.
Oh, yeah. I got a T-shirt that says it.
At what point did you realize you might need medical attention? 206-803-ROCK.
We should get Keith to make those for us.
I know. Hello, Ricky. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, how are you guys?
Oh, yeah.
Doing good, Ricky.
Yeah, I'm a lifetime listener, a lifetime resident of Seattle, and a first-time caller.
Oh, thank you.
Well, welcome to the show.
So I feel like this is it started back in September of last year. I was working a full-time job and went to work, got out of the car, and couldn't breathe. So I had told my boss I had to go home. So that night I woke up, my heart was racing and pounding and couldn't breathe. So I drove myself to the emergency room. I live a couple of blocks from Northwest Hospital. So I told them what was happening, and they admitted me. I was in the hospital for 4 days right there. They were doing all these tests, angiograms and stuff on your heart. So they found out that my aortic valve was failing.
Ooh.
It was only working like 30%. So I was in the hospital for 4 days there while they were doing tests. And they said they had to replace your aortic valve. It was bifurcated. You know what that is?
Not exactly.
So a normal person has, just think of a 3-petaled flower. That's what your valve looks like. It's got 3 petals. I was born with 2.
Oh.
That's it? Jesus.
So was it like spinning in there? Like, in other words, was the blood just rotating within itself?
It was just leaking.
Oh.
You know,
right.
like a failed valve. And it was only working like 30%. So the good thing is the cardiologist said, well, we can replace it with an artificial valve through your artery in your leg, right?
Okay.
And I said, okay. I had no hesitation. I'm 66 years old. And then 2 days later, they came in and said they couldn't do it. They had to do an open heart surgery, which I'm not going to do it with open heart surgery. So they let me out of the hospital and gave me some medication to keep the fluid in your lungs and your heart from suffocating you. And about 2 months later, it wasn't working anymore. So I went back in the hospital, and that was for 11 days. They were trying to stabilize me enough to, and I still told them I'd rather die than do open heart surgery.
Why is that?
So, what do you mean?
Why would you
want
die?
him to save you?
Yeah.
I've had 2 brothers do open heart surgery, and it just takes over a year to recover. And I don't think you ever recover from it either.
Well, you definitely, once they break your chest plate, that's not fun.
Right.
No. So they actually got together a new cardiologist team, and they did a through the artery in your leg, and the surgery replaced the valve.
Okay.
And so that was in middle of April, and before that I was like 170 pounds, and when I got out of the hospital I was 151 pounds.
Oh, you look great.
Damn.
Yeah, looked like a from Auschwitz.
That's the diet.
Yeah.
Coming up, the return of Who Sucks Less, and we have your emails on the way next to the men's room at KISW.com.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. No matter why your clients give, their donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. They can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or other non-cash assets like real estate and even crypto, while recommending grants at any time. DAF Giving 360 can offer you over 25 years of expertise, bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
You can't count on much these days.
No way, Jim. This is incredible.
But you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Here we go. This time for real.
Watch your local NFL game live every Sunday, all the way through the AFC Championship game.
And he's in for a touchdown.
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today and count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With nonstop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Who Sucks Last coming up, at first time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail. You've got mail.
As far as needing medical attention, guys, last Thursday I tripped on an upright spigot of work. Didn't think anything of it until a few hours later. Then I had a massive hematoma on my shin, which hurt like hell. Later on that evening, I couldn't sleep because it hurt so bad. Went to the hospital. This was about 2:30 in the morning. Friday morning, I was diagnosed with having atrial fibrillation.
That's how the doctor
Fibrillation.
said.
Are you okay, Miles?
They ran some tests, and I just had my first cardiologist appointment this morning. From what I'm told, it is a good thing. I'm already on blood thinners because having atrial fib untreated could create blood clots in my heart. In the future, I get to do 2 weeks of a heart test and get to cut out a lot of other stuff from my diet. No alcohol, no smoking, and a big diet change. You name it, it's on the list. But I'd rather make the change than be in the ground. That from Drew.
Hang in there, Drew. It's gonna be, I emailed him back, so that's going to be tough, but you got it. And I agree with you.
Oh, yeah.
For the record, I disagree with our caller earlier that was like, I wouldn't want to have that surgery. Like, yeah, it's better than dying.
There's no surgery that anyone wants, but when they give you the alternative, you tend to take it.
Right, like for Drew. He's going to have to change his whole life, right? But even he's like, yeah, I'm happy I didn't die.
Right. Guys, hurt my left shoulder at work. Thought I had strained it at first. Kept getting worse every day. Couldn't do my job properly. So after 3 weeks of waiting on my job people to get their things aligned, I finally had an MRI. And it tore my rotator cuff on the top. Tore an area the size of a dime. Have a tendon that needs repaired. Bone spurs, calcium deposits removed. Be having surgery on August the 25th. It'll be easy to find me at the 20-year party. I'll be sporting a sling with my left arm tucked in. 3 to 4 months recovery. That from the Elk Plain Drifter.
Is anyone going to be at the 20th anniversary party in good shape?
I was about to say, do we need to keep a
braces,
count?
arm slings.
It's like Reno.
I'm going to have a patch over my eye.
Jesus.
I'm going to have one leg.
What's the over-under on cast? And I'm counting anything. Like neck guy counts, arm in a sling counts. 5.5, I say.
All right.
I'm going 7.
You think so? You're going to take the over.
I'm taking
5.5 people in either a cast, a sling, or a brace.
Yes. Yes.
I'm taking the under.
Yeah, I'm with you.
All right.
I'll take the under.
And it can't be just your run-of-the-mill knee brace because you're like me and you got a bum knee.
Birthdays brought to you by Men's Room Red Salsa from San Juan Salsa Company.
Dip responsibly.
Guys, would love it if you could wish my daughter, Diana, happy birthday. She is 12 years old today. With Coach Ted giving her some advice on her first year of middle school and going out for the volleyball team. Also, some funny phrases from English Mike, if possible. She's blossoming into an amazing person. I can't wait to see what great things she will do and the person she will become. Much love from your grumpy but loving dad.
All right, first of all, happy birthday. Don't forget, 12's a good age there. Get into that burger joint Coach loves, and you demand the bottomless fries. Second of all, middle school. A little bit tougher than elementary. You'll get through there. You seem like a smart kid. Now, volleyball. I know a kid that's into volleyball. The key is to have that ball in your hands all the time. Whether you're fake setting it at home, dribbling it around, never let that ball out of your sight. Who cares if it annoys your parents?
And do not let the ball hit the floor. That is your goal.
In fact, we call that smashing netball, we do. We don't have volleyball over here. We don't have a whole lot of sports other than just the good old football. But if you want to use your hands, you just go get it and have fun. Just don't hurt your face.
Today,
I don't know what version of English it is. And I know he's been at the pub.
He's not sober.
Oh, gosh. I've been here since last night, I have. And a beautiful day.
Bitches, today I joined the Double Nickel Club 55, a true classic. I'm not trying to rock the boat, Miles, 1970 alum. But I could use some jokes. With that being said, I did dream with you guys in it last night. We were at Thrill's house. Cool. All you guys were there. Yeah. Thrill and I stepped onto the deck, and he had stacks of cash on the table. I asked him, what's up? He said it's payday, and I have everyone's money.
Shocking.
So he started passing out the payroll, then threw me a stack of cash. I asked him, what's this for? He replied, you'll find out.
Then he gave me a mouth hug.
Then the both of you started laughing. I guess I passed out on the couch, and I tend to talk in my sleep. So I guess you guys recorded it and used it for one of your shows. I asked you guys if it was defamatory. And again, you just said, you'll find out. All I can say is, I guess it is what it is. I guess it is what it is. We will find out. Keep on rocking, bitches, and I'll see you at the 20th anniversary party that from Jaybird in A-Town, who probably will be in a cast as well. All right, some dad jokes. What is a moth's favorite style of beer? A moth's
light one.
A light one, yes, that's correct.
All right, well done.
Yeah,
well done.
all right. Guys, I went to the public toilet and took a crap.
Yeah?
Did you have to bring it back?
Not sure whose it was. Yes. What do you call a prostitute in all red?
A money maker?
Roho.
Roho. Well done. Well done.
And I accidentally bought fiber pills instead of vitamins.
Oh, yeah?
But I'll make do. Make do.
Make do?
Do. Like do.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was thinking weather-wise.
Jesus. All right, guys. Here you go.
Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's world famous sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
No! Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
At Cardinal Heating and Air, we elevate your comfort with expert HVAC solutions in the greater Seattle area. Our decades of experience have fostered lasting relationships built on quality service. Whether you need AC repair, heating repair, routine maintenance, a new installation, or an emergency fix, you can trust Cardinal Heating and Air, now offering electrical services. Experience the exceptional service and peace of mind that Cardinal Heating and Air delivers today and for years to come.
The school year is beginning, but don't settle for basic tissues when it comes to managing all the messes that come with it. From home to school and back, stock up with Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues. Because back to school means back to sniffles and sneezes. Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are soft and absorbent to stand up against runny noses, to keep you and your family clean and comforted as the school year starts. This school year, make sure to get the classroom essential that teachers and students can rely on. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more.
Oh, the men's room wants to know, who sucks less?
Who Sucks Less. Stephen Thrill, you bring us 3 stories from the news each and every week. They always suck. It's up to us, though, to determine out of the 3 stories, which one sucks the least. Now, if you like KISW on Facebook or follow us on X or Instagram, the debate is already underway on Who Sucks Less.
And if you weren't with us at the top of the show, I pointed out all credit to the Ted Smith, as he says, Thrill, when you do Who Sucks Less, think about the kids. That is the way that he says it, man, and he means it when he calls them kids. So today, like last week, Ted, just for you, we're thinking about the kids.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah, you got it, man. And let us start with the story that I believe our very own Mike Hawk will have for us later.
Yep.
It involves 2 people in New York State. They're being accused of driving a pickup truck with a child and a stroller. In the truck's bed, the Cortland County Sheriff's Office said it received a report about the incident that happened at McGraw Elementary School the day prior. So understand, the 2 people involved, that would be Lisa Mabry and her father, Grady Mabry, they drove out of the school parking lot and onto the roadway with a young child who was in a stroller, unsecured, in the bed of a pickup truck. I believe that unsecured is the main point here. Both of them were arrested for endangering the welfare of a child. They were released on appearance tickets. They're scheduled to appear in court later this month. So again, put a baby in a stroller, put the stroller in the bed of a pickup, don't secure it, and then start driving. Turns out, in New York State, like the other 49 states, can't do that. Not a good idea. What's terrifying is, it's the kid's mother and grandfather. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you have to have a license.
Somebody had to know better. I mean, how did the grandfather not know better? But it's his truck. But still, it's like...
I'm guessing upstate New York, his name's Grady.
I mean, look, I
mean, you
spent
lived
part
there.
of my years in upstate New York.
You lived there.
And there's a lot of loose living up there, but nobody's that. Like, people don't hate their kids. You still don't intentionally put them in danger. I don't get it. I'll always argue, if I need a license to fish, why don't you need a license to have a kid? We continue. Now, this involves Ted. This will hit close to home. It involves the Little League World Series. So after he was sent home from his job at a private security firm at Little League headquarters, one Isaiah Randall, he texted his supervisor telling him, quote, "You guys better have heavy security after the S-bomb that you pulled today, because I will be back. Don't worry, it gets worse." Now, Randall, who's 20 years old, he sent the text to Donald Bollinger, that's a supervisor at Securitas, a private security firm for whom he worked. The company provides security for the World Series ESPN crew. Now, sometime after sending the text to his boss, Randall then posted on his Facebook page, quote, "Mass casualty event." And then he added a countdown timer, at which point it read 1 day, 22 hours, 41 minutes. Randall then tagged ESPN, Little League, and Securitas so that each one received the post with the countdown. I know what you're thinking. This guy wanted to be caught. No, he's just stupid. Now, it's unclear when he actually sent the text to his supervisor. Police said it was sent after Randall was sent home for committing a company policy violation. We do not know what that was, but he was sent home. And again, we don't even know if he was fired, because all through this, they just say he was sent home. Now, a warrant for his arrest was filed about noon yesterday. His dumbass was charged with 4 counts each of terroristic threats with the intention to terrorize another, terroristic threats causing serious public inconvenience, and harassment. Now, Randall's statement and post, quote, calls Little League World Series to divert from normal operations. That according to Captain Trent Dunlap. He continues, quote, "Given the nature of this international event, we believe a serious and undeniable threat was made by Isaiah Randall towards Little League International, ESPN, Securitas, and all those attending the event." That's what they said in the charging document. He has been arrested. But again, he sent this not just to his boss, then posted it on Facebook, then tagged ESPN, then tagged the Little League World Series, and then re-tagged the actual security company. And again, he was trying not to get caught. Thank God this guy's an idiot. Now we go to Alabama. Police in Daphne, Alabama, they arrested a mother at a local hotel after they said she left her 2 children alone in a hotel room for 2 days. The youngest son was a nonverbal autistic child, 5 years old, and it was concerned hotel staff who called the police. Those employees told officers the 2 children, the 5-year-old and his 15-year-old brother, had been left unattended all day. Now, after speaking with them, police were eventually able to track down their mother, 33-year-old Hannah Smith of New Jersey, and speak with her on the phone. Now, police chief Brian Goldsby, he said, quote, eventually they were able to get the mom on the phone, who I think first claimed to be at the store, then later said she was in Tennessee. Keep in mind, this is taking place in Alabama. And then at some point, Atlanta got mentioned. In spite of all of that, officers contacted the Department of Human Resources, which decided to leave the children by themselves, thinking the mother was returning that night. Then the next day, staff at the hotel again called police after they said the autistic child ended up in the swimming pool. Now, police again responded, but this time they did not leave. The officers weren't just concerned for the children's safety. While they were there, they said they also learned that the kids were left with nothing to eat or drink. They did provide the kids with food and drink. Now, Smith was arrested and charged with 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, each carrying a $1,000 bond. After questioning her and hotel staff, police said it seems this was not the first time the children had been left alone. They told the officers and the detective that came out to the boys that being alone for hours a day at a time was a pattern since they'd moved into the hotel. So she's down on her luck. That is understood. But the case, it will be heard in the Daphne Municipal Court. Each charge carries a possible maximum sentence of a year in jail.
Does she still have her kids?
Police released the children into the custody of her boyfriend. Now, he is not mentioned anywhere else in the story. I don't know what his deal is, but he was not there with the kids. And again, the part that frustrates me about this story in particular...
Is the boyfriend the father?
It says boyfriend, so I don't think so. This is the fact that when they reached out to her on day one, keep in mind, first she says she's at the store, then says she's in Tennessee, then she says she's in Atlanta, and the whole time, this is happening in Alabama. So other than the store, and the cops still decided, or human resources still decided, we'll leave the kids alone for another night. So again, your story's just a recap, and Mike, you'll recover this one later in headlines. The 2 people in New York that a mother and grandfather that put a baby in a stroller, put the stroller in the back of the pickup truck, and scared and took off down the roadway. We have the guy, I'm assuming in Pennsylvania, being that it has to deal with the Little League World Series, who made terroristic threats to his former boss, the company he worked for, ESPN, and the World Series crew, and posted on Facebook for anyone interested. And finally, the mother in Alabama, or was it Tennessee, or Atlanta, or the store?
So, are we voting on how much the mother sucks or the state of Alabama for just leaving the kids there another night?
Man, I debated that, but I'm going to go with the mom just because she's worse. Because I think the state of Alabama, I think the sense they got was she's at the store. Sure, she's going to be a minute, but she's coming home. That seems to, I don't think they would have left the kids alone if they really thought she was in Tennessee or Atlanta. And the thing is, they never cleared up, at least in this story, where the hell she was.
That's what bugs me. And also, it's like, that sounds like, I think you're being kind down on the luck. That sounds like somebody drug-seeking behavior.
I agree, 100%.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a tough one.
It is. It really is.
Dude, I'm going to ESPN. Sucks the least. Little League World Series. You're an idiot. Mm-hmm. You posted these threads. You did not have any way of doing it.
We don't know that.
Well, I mean, they had to go through his home. I think the story would have said, we did find ammunition. We did find something. Sure. Well, whatever his mass casualty abilities are. If it was like an AR-15 or whatever, he's got something. Mm-hmm. But they don't say that. So in my mind, they busted his ass. He got arrested. He is a jackass. But
he did not do it. He did not fulfill his mission, correct, as it were.
Well, and he's obviously a threat.
Yes.
But the kid getting sloshed around in a wheelchair that could easily flip out of that truck.
The stroller, yeah.
The stroller is a direct threat.
The 5-year-old could have drowned.
The 5-year-old could have drowned. Not to mention, you're just in a random hotel room.
And he's hungry.
So those seem more direct threats?
Well, yeah, they were in imminent danger.
That's a better way to put it.
I think that's the way to put it, right? Like the guy we're kind of giving the past Little League World Series potentially is the worst of all.
Yes.
But because he's so stupid, and thank God he is.
Correct.
And posted his threat everywhere for the world to see, he ended up preventing him from being a jackass.
And so I'm going to agree with you. I think at the end of the day, that's probably sucks the least. But I think the mom and the granddad, who, at least this lady in Alabama, it's like, all right, maybe she's on drugs. Like, something's really off there.
Something, yeah.
These two just seem
straight up. They could have killed a baby.
They just seem straight up dumb.
You're right. No excuse for it.
I think we might say, like, I don't know, just like, I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud, but to even put a ratchet strap on it or something.
Bungee cord.
That's saying you leave babies in the back of trucks, but something.
Duct tape. But just nothing.
Jesus. Debate continues. If you like KISW on Facebook, follow us on X and Instagram. All right, coming up, we'll drink your toast with the shot of the day at 5:08. You are listening to The Men's Room.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
At Cardinal Heating and Air, we elevate your comfort with expert HVAC solutions in the greater Seattle area. Our decades of experience have fostered lasting relationships built on quality service. Whether you need AC repair, heating repair, routine maintenance, a new installation, or an emergency fix, you can trust Cardinal Heating and Air, now offering electrical services. Experience the exceptional service and peace of mind that Cardinal Heating and Air delivers today and for years to come.
The school year is beginning, but don't settle for basic tissues when it comes to managing all the messes that come with it. From home to school and back, stock up with Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues. Because back to school means back to sniffles and sneezes. Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are soft and absorbent to stand up against runny noses, to keep you and your family clean and comforted as the school year starts. This school year, make sure to get the classroom essential that teachers and students can rely on. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more.
9.9 KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
Back at 5:08, we'll drink a toast with the shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Well, thank you, Miles. There's new research into how the search for meaning can lead to quote-unquote purpose anxiety.
Well, yeah. What would they think?
Yeah, what was that one dude, that show? He just walked the earth. Walked the earth. That was the whole thing.
He just searching for meaning?
Yeah, it was like a famous TV show. Then the actor died having self-time and choked to death.
Oh, Carradine, Kung Fu, yeah.
Thought you were like a real dude.
That's wild, man.
That's how it ends.
That's it.
Yep.
Okay. Damn.
He never found the meaning, Mike.
He did in a plastic bag.
That's right. He found some.
Right.
Women's clothes suffocated to death in a closet.
You search for meaning in your everyday life. You don't. It's not something that you hunt down. Just, take your time.
It'll get there.
That's the meaning of life. Take your time. Be a good person.
Yeah.
There you go.
And find small victories in your meanings. Maybe it's only a week away from meaningful college football. I don't know what it is for you.
Exactly.
But for other people, there's exciting stuff on the horizon.
Right. The light isn't as bright as we think it is. It's still dim light, but hey, it's better than the dark.
Right.
Enjoy the light.
I can see the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, that's right. Just over there. Let's head that way. Apparently, cats develop dementia in a similar way to humans. That's fun.
I think they want you to believe that.
Right. How would you know?
Right? They're so aloof anyway.
Well, maybe that's why old cats are a little ornery. It's like when you go to pet them, they don't remember who you are.
Who are you? Yeah, something like that. Like, it's not that it's not that they're indifferent to you. They don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, how do you know? I feel like with your dog, you can get a better sense, but with your cat, like, well, you're never awesome.
Yeah, my one boy line is I know that as the years go, he's just going to get worse. Because he's already irritable. Like, we got to pill him every day, and he whines about it. Like, he'll let me do it. But I know there's going to come a day where he doesn't want to let me do it anymore.
And he'll let you know.
That's right. He's already yelling at me every time I do it. He doesn't do anything beyond yell at me, but he's yelling at me.
Yeah, my brother's last dog, Rocky, was kind of a mix of a few things, or a couple, but he was kind of a bigger dog.
Yeah.
And when he got old, like his hips were going and stuff, so we were going on a trip, and Chris had to take him to the place they're going to leave him, and he's trying to get him in the car, and I walked over to help him, and he's like, get away. Ooh. And I'm like, why? And he's like, his hip is so bad, like if you try to lift it, he's going to bite you.
Yeah.
I was like,
he's gonna
ugh.
react.
Yeah.
There's a new fleeting TikTok beauty trend, looking tired.
Oh, it's easy. Don't sleep much.
Yeah. Right. Just live your life.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where, like, it kind of got out of fashion. Remember for a while there, like girls in their early 20s, like their hair was like gray.
Yeah, they're like the silver gray, but
it's like just
wait.
That's coming either way.
Yeah.
Can we just age naturally anymore?
Nope.
It's like people with hair that shave it bald. Like, what are you doing?
Right.
You got a choice, man.
Because it's in right now. Like, no, just do your thing.
Hey, don't tell me it's in right now. I got no choice.
Yeah, right. Exactly. My condition is not your fad, sir.
Right.
Yeah. My culture is not your costume.
That's right. It's appropriation.
Well said, Ted.
The Merriam-Webster word of the day. Put your thinking caps on. It is a C word. Careful. That refers to an advanced branch of mathematics dealing with rates of change and finding lengths and areas and volumes. Calculus.
Yeah, that's what I would.
That's where I'm going.
Y'all nailed it. It's calculus today. Good job.
I wasn't really sure what it was, but that's the only
seemed like
math
a trick
I can
question.
think of with the C word, like calculus.
You know why I do that? Because I never took it.
About to say, did anybody in this room take calculus?
No.
My brother took it as an elective.
I think I had pre-calculus. Ted, I know that you're a whiz, buddy.
I took algebra 2 my senior year, bro. Leave me out of this.
I think I took 1 year of pre-calculus. I was like, that's enough for me. And I liked math, and that's where I was done.
Again, my brother, when he's explaining what electives are in high school, I'm 5 years younger. I'm like, wait, what? He's like, yeah, man, there's a certain number of classes that you can choose to take.
Yeah.
And he had the GPA where he got to take 3 in his freshman year. But some of the ones you rattled off, crap, like shop or clay making. And to me, it's all about getting an easy grade. I'm like, what are you taking? One was calculus, one was trigonometry, and I cannot remember the other one. And I was just like, we're done. I mean, we have nothing in common.
If you're like me and you're not positive what it is, think Goodwill Hunting, like the board.
Yeah, but still, that didn't help.
I'm just saying,
it's a smart dude with a board.
Yeah. Matt Damon can do it. That's what we know. Matt Damon. 1 in 5 students admit to using AI to cheat. Duh. Only 20%?
They admit. Admit to it. Right.
Right.
Any way you can.
It's an easy tool.
Right.
And it's right there.
And at the end of the day, if you can use it in a real-world application, guess what you get to do now? Use it in the real world.
I think your teacher would probably figure out 20% of the 20%.
Yes. Yeah, you know who the kid... You're not that smart.
You've been stupid all year.
Right.
You're dumb as hell. You don't know the answer to anything, but every time that there's an essay you need to write, like, this thing is spot on.
Right.
Come on, man.
All of a sudden, you can write a 5-page essay on Shakespeare. Come
your
on.
Teachers know if you're an idiot. They also know if you're just lazy. So the lazy kid might write a great essay. Stupid kid's still stupid.
Right.
Look, I did it with a buddy a few years ago. We were watching a playoff game, and he knows sports, but he's not the biggest football guy. And his knowledge was spot on. And he wasn't talking about Aaron Donald. He was talking about the other tackle. And finally, I said, did you research this last night? And he's like, yes. I was like, all right.
Okay.
Yes.
You're going way too, like...
Good on you, bud.
I've 67% pass protection.
Yeah, he's talking scheme.
Run.
Like, I've never heard you bring up scheme.
He came prepared for you, Ted.
He was super prepared.
That's right.
And credit to him.
I'm going to show off for Ted. There's a new study that references Aristotle when telling people to separate their leisure from the achievement culture that we constantly battle if you want to truly grow and heal as a person.
Wait, do what now?
Basically, it talks
a lot
about...
of heady stuff.
I know, my bad. It talks about the achievement culture that we live in, where basically everything that we do, we have to show everybody what we've accomplished.
And sure.
They say that, people, they'll go into their leisure time with the idea of they need to brag to their friends about it in order to feel accomplished. Here we are in Hawaii. You're not actually enjoying your vacation. You're doing what you can to make it look like you're enjoying a vacation in Hawaii, even though you're not having fun at all.
If for 1 second you think you need to impress your friends when you're on vacation, you are vacationing wrong.
Yes.
I mean, sir, I might think Ted would love this, and I might text you about it.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing some big... I don't care.
Exactly.
I'm on vacation, man.
Nobody's living your life but you. So quit trying to show everybody how great you're doing. Because
Look,
the best people do is, cool.
I'll post it if I go to a restaurant I like.
Sure.
But generally, if I'm on vacation, like I will text Mike just pictures of food.
Right.
And he will text me back some.
It's very selective.
Yeah.
This is something that this person will care. My wife will think about that on vacation, which actually sounds bad saying it out loud. Like, ooh, I'm going to text Ted this,
Ted.
right? But it's just something you're like, yeah, that is very Ted.
Yes. Yeah. You get an orange crush at the starboard. I need a photo.
Wait for it.
Golly. Miles, what day is it, my friend?
It is the 12th.
13th?
What time is it?
It's one of those days.
13th.
My watch time.
It is for real.
You're right. It is National Lefties Day.
All right.
The Men's Room Top 10. 10 amazing facts about left-handed people.
We're awesome.
You know what they say about left-handed people? They're always in their right mind. Turns out that's not exactly accurate. However, being a southpaw myself does have its quirks. Though living in a right-hand world, we are forced to adapt. For example, when engaging in some healthy self-care, I keep my phone in my right hand as I begin to soothe and engage in some self-flagellation. But when it comes time to hit one out of the park, I bring in my designated hitter. Alrighty. And it's back. Way back. It's out of here.
God.
The designated hitter.
He's a whiz. Thank you, VD. That was needed.
Guy sitting at home with a DH.
I know.
Right.
You're up.
Like how he's got a designated hitter.
If I get a broken arm, I'm going to be angry.
Yeah.
I broke my left wrist. It was difficult.
So here's some fun facts about left-handed people. You ready for all these, Steve? Left-handed people, they recover from strokes faster.
I've heard that. I hope to not find out.
Well, you did.
Around 90.
Yeah, but mine was.
But you did.
But but it's a different thing. They have a name for it. I cannot remember the stroke I had. We're pretty much everyone recovers from that one. It just sucks when you're going through it.
Okay.
But I hope to never confirm that I've come back from a stroke better than most.
Around 95% of right-handed people have language centers in the left side of the brain, meaning a stroke often impairs speech. For left-handed people, only about 70% show left side language dominance, with many having language functions spread more evenly across both hemispheres.
All right.
So that helps you recover a little bit faster there. Enjoy that. 39% have 39% higher odds of being homosexual.
Oh, cool.
I don't know how they figured it out.
When I say sweet, I mean it.
I did not see that one coming.
Neither did I.
I did not
Neither did that guy.
Apparently, I'm doing it wrong.
You would kill it.
That'd be great.
Oh, my God.
Studies have shown that homosexual people are about 39% more likely to be non-right.
Non-right, you mean left-handed?
Right-handed.
You got two to choose from, brother.
Two questions for you.
No, just non-right-handed.
I'm not calling him non-right-handed. He's left-handed. Is this the point we've gotten to?
Are you left-handed? Yes. Follow-up question. Are you gay?
No, but apparently I'm supposed to be.
That's right.
I screwed it up.
You'd be good at it.
Just add one to our list. We're already straight white males and we're right-handed.
And righties. Straight white right-handed. They live an average 9 years less than righties.
Yeah, I believe that.
You can breathe a sigh of relief as this left-handed statistic was later disproved. However, it's still widespread on the internet. A flawed 1980 study looked at the 1,000 decisions. Really? There's some flawed logic with some of this? Oh, Lordy. They looked at 1,000 deceased people from California, showed that the average age at which right-handed subjects died was 75, whereas for lefties, it was just 66.
66?
66.
Jesus,
Look
man.
out.
All right.
You're better at multitasking. While the science is still developing, some research suggests that left-handed people may have an edge when it comes to juggling multiple tasks. A 2008 study...
Because I sleep with men and women, apparently.
He's so busy, he's going to die soon.
I'm sexually ambidextrous.
A 2008 study by the Illinois Research Consortium found that left-handed participants perform better than right-handers when completing two tasks simultaneously. So there you go. You're more
Yet neither of them getting it done correctly.
Right.
lefties more likely to be dudes.
Dude, like what? Like dude?
No, men. They're more likely to be male. According to the 2008 study,
I'm picturing. I'm like, what do you mean? Like work on a dude ranch or
23% more men are left-handers.
I have heard that. I don't know why.
We just do it better.
I don't know that I've met a left-handed woman in my life. I know they're out there. I'm just saying, for me, like everyone I've met, I'm left-handed too. It's always a guy. My son's left-handed. My brother's left-handed.
Right. Yeah.
Right? VD's left-handed.
Right. VD's left-handed.
There's
I'm
another
trying to think if
lefty.
I know any left-handed ladies.
You would know.
Whoa! It's from the other side.
Whoa. You want me to go where?
Yeah.
Cool.
More likely to suffer language problems. You might have heard that left-handed people are more likely to have language problems, but that's not exactly true. Some research has
Our
shown...
language is spread out over the brain, so you retain your language better after a stroke, maybe because we're already speaking like crap.
Right, it's just bad language already.
We can't tell.
Some research has
Me feel
shown
fine.
a small link between non-right-handed people and having issues like dyslexia or trouble with schoolwork. Why do they keep saying non-right-handed?
Left-handed.
Is there a third one that I'm missing?
Apparently, non-right-handed people.
Lefties tend to reach puberty 4 to 5 months later.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, it was reported that left-handed boys tend to reach puberty approximately 4 to 5 months later than right-handed boys, although full bibliographic details are not available of that particular study.
There's always 2 or 3 dudes. They're like already rocking a full stack.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, man, that's cool.
Some amazing facts about left-handed people. The question, are left-handed people smarter? The connection between handedness and intelligence has long been debated, and the answer depends on how the data is interpreted. A 2007 study titled Effect of Handedness on Intelligence Level Students found that left-handed individuals were slightly more likely to score higher on IQ tests. However, a 2010 study, the relationship between hand preference, hand performance, and general cognitive ability came to the opposite conclusion, suggesting a slight edge for right-handed individuals.
No, because I've heard the thing about left-handers, and I go, look, 88% of the people on Earth are right-handed.
Yeah.
Which means pretty much the way everything is designed is from a right-handed point of view. So I think if you're right-handed, however you're told to do something is the way you're going to approach it. So I do think certain times problem-solving is a little more difficult. Where when you're left-handed, just to do the thing that right-handed people do, it's like once you master that, it's easier to problem solve, depending what it is. If it's a physical thing, I do feel like left-handers do a little better.
Yeah.
If it's mental, I think you're probably about equal.
Okay. It also says here you're more likely to use the right side of the brain for certain tasks. The brain is cross-wired, meaning that the right hemisphere controls the left side of the body and vice versa. This is the origin of the popular saying, only left-handed people are in their right minds.
Right.
Though it's more humorous than scientific. The right hemisphere is often associated with spatial awareness, emotion, and creativity, while the left is more linked to language and logic. However, both sides of the brain work together in complex ways in all individuals.
Then that is good.
Yes. More likely to suffer from sleep deprivation. How's your sleep there, Steve?
Oh, I sleep great, man.
2 bodies of research have suggested a possible link between left-handedness and increased susceptibility to sleep disturbances. Ooh. In 2002, a large-scale study found that non-right-handed individuals...
Jeez, left-handed people!
Here, it says this, found that non-right-handed individuals, including left-handers...
Well, okay, who else does it include?
Are they talking about ambidextrous?
Maybe.
They tended to be spend more time awake after initially falling asleep.
Okay. Again, who are the non-right-handed people that are not left-handed people?
The search begins.
Like is Cal Raleigh because he switch hits?
Right? But I wonder if he'd also, like, does he consider himself ambidextrous, or is it just at the plate that he's that way?
I think it's just at the plate.
Right?
Because I had a kid once that played baseball for me. He was ambidextrous. And we would get into it with the umpires as they were like, he can't pitch any more innings. We were like, but it's a different arm.
Is that a thing?
They're worried about wearing out your arm, so the kid can throw from the other arm. Right? That argument absolutely falls apart.
You know, Mike, it doesn't matter. He'd end up crying anyhow.
No. And then I'll leave you with this last fun fact about lefties. I'm sorry, non-right-handed people. That sounds more offensive. You're more likely to use alcohol.
Yeah, I can't argue that one, man.
A 1994 study found that about 15 to 20% of people with alcohol problems were left-handed, compared to around 10% in the general population, suggesting a possible link between left-handedness and alcoholism. Enjoy that.
Yeah, look, man, I can't deny that one.
I just thought this list was going to get a little more uplifting.
No.
Like, they're great at this, they're great at that.
They live a terrible life. You should hate the fact that you're a lefty.
They're pitchers in Major League Baseball.
I'm not left-handed. I'm going to start telling people I am non-right-handed.
Right. That's right. I'm sorry. I identify as non-right-handed.
Yeah.
Thieves in California stole $30,000 worth of merchandise, but you'll never believe what they stole, Miles.
What'd they steal?
Tell you about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming up at 5:50. In the meantime, if we manage to drink in time.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Drink time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink test. Can Steve thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting?
Yes, indeed. And today we toast the Washington State Department of Corrections. Now, 3 months ago, you might remember this, an agent was attempting to take a fugitive back to Kentucky to face charges, but the fugitive fled on the light rail at the SeaTac airport stop and then disappeared for a month before U.S. Marshals found his ass. Well, at the time, we thought, who can successfully escape police custody borrowing from the light rail at SeaTac airport, considering all of the cameras, all of the security? Well, today we got our answer. Enter 20-year-old John Nino. He was in Department of Corrections custody last night at the SeaTac parking garage. What did he do? He took off running across a pedestrian bridge on the east side of the light rail station, jumped over some railroad tracks, headed toward International Boulevard, and disappeared somewhere. Because it happened again. Now, in an effort to help our buddies, John is described as 6'2". How much do you think he weighs, Ted? He's 6'2". 154 pounds.
Whoa, he's a skinny guy.
And was last seen in a red coat
like a zipper.
and gray sweatpants. Yeah, I don't know what's going on at SeaTac, but apparently if you're a fugitive and you need to be taken out of state, yeah, just run, man.
Just make a run for it.
Has anybody checked like 13 coins down there or something?
No.
They just grabbing a bite to eat.
Probably your barbecue spot.
If I scratch my testicles in the airport, there's 500 people that know it. There's all the cameras, all the security, all this stuff. I don't know what's going on, man. But it happened again.
Taking me to SeaTac. Woo woo.
Thank
I'm
God,
a free
man.
man.
Yeah,
I get transferred there, man.
I know. What's going
That's
on.
amazing.
It really is. Come on, guys. So we pour this booze and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bichola.
All right, it's going to get tested live for Profile This. 206-803-ROCK. Profile This is next.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
At Cardinal Heating and Air, we elevate your comfort with expert HVAC solutions in the greater Seattle area. Our decades of experience have fostered lasting relationships built on quality service. Whether you need AC repair, heating repair, routine maintenance, a new installation, or an emergency fix, you can trust Cardinal Heating and Air, now offering electrical services. Experience the exceptional service and peace of mind that Cardinal Heating and Air delivers, today and for years to come.
The school year is beginning, but don't settle for basic tissues when it comes to managing all the messes that come with it. From home to school and back, stock up with Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues. Because back to school means back to sniffles and sneezes. Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are soft and absorbent to stand up against runny noses, to keep you and your family clean and comforted as the school year starts. This school year, make sure to get the classroom essential that teachers and students can rely on. For whatever happens next, next, grab Kleenex. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive. Most of you aren't just listening right now. You're driving, cleaning, and even exercising. But what if you could be saving money by switching to Progressive? Drivers who save by switching save nearly $750 on average. And auto customers qualify for an average of 7 discounts. Multitask right now. Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. National average 12-month savings of $744 by new customers surveyed who saved with Progressive between June 2022 and May 2023. Potential savings will vary. Discounts not available in all states and situations.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
Yes, Stephen Throwhook, could you please start everyone on Profile This is played?
Oh, I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story. Something that happened right here on planet Earth. Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Roberto. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola.
Hello.
All right, Roberto, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, sir.
All right, you have a choice today of one of 3 stories. Today we offer you Hit Me With Your Best Shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone used as a weapon. We have Seriously, where you guess the petty conflict that led to violence. And finally today, we offer you License to Spill, where you guess the substance responsible for creating the mess, even though I cannot find that story. Here we go. Yes, so License to Spill. Which one would you pick?
What was the first one again? It's the...
Hit Me With Your Best Shot.
Yeah, let's go that.
All right, we go to the fine state of Georgia, where police in Griffin, Georgia, said that officers arrived at a home and found evidence stuck in a 59-year-old man's foot. According to the police report, it happened at a home shared by the victim and the suspect. The man with the quote-unquote shard in his foot, Ronald Martin, he told police that he was stabbed by his 63-year-old friend, Mary Moore. Now, police said the two lived together and got into an argument. Moore claimed that Martin does not help her around the house. Martin said as a result of not helping her out, she stabbed him. However, Moore told police a different story. She said that she stabbed Martin after he jumped on her, but was not able to tell police how the alleged attack happened. The officer said Moore was irate as she was being questioned and did not see any visible marks, bruising, or lacerations on her. So after questioning, the officers determined that Moore, the female, was the aggressor and attempted to place her under arrest, but she refused. So while kicking and screaming, 2 officers put her on the ground to handcuff her. That's when she bit one of the officers on the hand. Anyway, this lovely pillar of society was taken to the Spalding County Jail in charge with aggravated assault and felony obstruction. The question is, what did she stab her housemate with? Was it a plastic fork, a light bulb, a ceramic squirrel, or a chopstick? So plastic fork, light bulb, ceramic squirrel, or a chopstick?
Well, ceramic squirrels are pretty popular in Georgia, but what do you think?
100% ceramic squirrel.
Ceramic squirrel for 10.
I think she smacked it. She stabbed.
What was option 2?
Option number 2 was the light bulb.
Shard of a squirrel.
Yeah.
I'm going to go chopstick. Roberto, I'm going to do that.
Yep. I'm thinking chopsticks. He's not helping around the house.
Okay.
He's, got some food, and chopsticks are handy, and that seems like the likely object.
Okay. What did she stab him with? Plastic fork, light bulb, ceramic squirrel, or a chopstick? We'll find out next.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Fly Condor Airlines nonstop to Frankfurt and connect effortlessly to most European destinations. Relax and start your vacation in comfort. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today and book your next adventure.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Categories hit me with your best shot on profile. This Georgia police found something stuck in a man's foot after being stabbed by his roommate because apparently he would not do chores. Not sure if that's true or not.
Don't know.
But the woman did attack police as well. Question is, what did she stab him with? A plastic fork, a light bulb, a ceramic squirrel, or a chopstick?
And Roberto, that is a question that we posed to you. And you in Miles Montgomery agreed with the chopstick. Says she's probably eating. It would be handy and they're certainly stab worthy. However, it was not a chopstick. Now, Ted Smith, you agreed, Roberto, ceramic squirrels, probably very popular in Georgia. It was not a ceramic squirrel.
Wasn't a ceramic squirrel?
No, it was a plastic fork.
Plastic fork?
A plastic fork.
What? And she got it through his foot?
She did it with some velocity. Wow. Oh, yeah. The plastic fork.
Damn.
You guys are disappointed.
Well, it makes sense, like in the packet. Probably had some fried chicken,
Well, it depends on where you go, too. Like
some of the thicker ones.
Right, they're down in Georgia. It's probably that old school thick plastic.
You get a whole barbecue.
Not the one made out of potatoes. Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
All right. Your choices today. You got the Jimmys.
Don and Kimmel.
Remember, Kimmel has a guest host.
Guest host Kimmel.
Seth Meyers. Colbert. And Ted Smith.
Is it Ted or is it late night?
It is right there. The title rights guys have teams of talented writers help them come up with their monologues each and every night. It is up to you to determine, is this an actual late night joke and from whom, or could it be a The Ted Smith original?
Taylor Swift announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. Americans were like, but there's good news out there? I don't know what to do with myself.
Fallon. Smith.
Fallon.
Taylor Swift announced her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. Americans are like, wait, there's good news out there? I don't know what to do with myself.
She should be careful. It killed that one girl's career. From Saved by the Bell.
No.
Showgirl.
Elizabeth Banks.
No, I was going to say Elizabeth Hurley, but it's not Liz Hurley. It's Elizabeth.
Elizabeth Banks is the blonde that was doing she was doing Press Your Luck, if I'm not mistaken.
Crap. Elizabeth. What was her name? Because everybody went to see the movie because she was in it, didn't realize the movie sucked and it wasn't worth it.
Elizabeth Berkley.
Berkley. All right, thank you.
She's attractive.
Southwest Airlines is in trouble after a gate change left 2 blind passengers behind.
Oh.
They ended up basically on their own private flight with no other passengers, or to them, a normal flight.
Fallon.
Smith.
He's so proud of himself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's the difference?
That's been a tough week. You guys were on it last week. I got one in. Firefighters were recently called to a California Chuck E. Cheese because a grown woman got her arm stuck in one of the arcade games. Even more embarrassing, she was there without kids. She just likes the pizza.
Myers.
Colbert.
Seth Myers.
Firefighters were recently called to a California Chuck E. Cheese after an adult woman got her arm stuck in one of the arcade games. Even more embarrassing, she was there without kids. She just likes their pizza.
I wasted $19 the other night on a claw machine.
Oh! To get what? Was there anything in particular?
Yes. Spent $17 on that one animal. Didn't get it.
What were you trying to get?
It's just like this blue bear. And some other woman walked in 10 minutes behind me and said, look what I won. Damn it. Spirit Airlines warned investors that they might not be able to survive if they don't raise more money. Not really the news you want to read mid-flight on your back seat screen. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Spirit doesn't have seat back screens. Foul.
Yeah, foul.
That is foul.
Spirit Airlines warned investors that they might not be able to survive if they don't raise more money. Not really the news you want to see mid-flight on your seat back screen. It's like, I'm kidding. It's Spirit. They don't have seat back screens.
That is kind of a crummy feeling when you get on the plane. You're like, duh, that? No.
How is Spirit losing money? I mean, look, everyone makes fun of them, but as far as domestic airlines are rated, they tend to do well in the sense that they get there on time, blah, 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 blah. I've never flown it, but I heard by the time you're done getting nickel to dime on the tickets, you pay as much as you pay on any airline.
Correct, because you can't even take like a backpack.
That's what I mean.
It's got to be like such small luggage. So I think maybe people just aren't using it as much anymore.
Yeah, maybe it's that.
I mean, if you're doing 24-hour turn and burn,
perfect,
right?
Yeah,
you could do it. But yeah, for most people, I think they just like, I don't know. You know what? I have no freaking idea. I'm guessing that's why they're losing money.
Maybe it's because they have to supply the rabies vaccine in case more bats fly around the cabin. They're one of the few airlines.
That's one of those. Well, like when you go to the times I've flown to Palm Springs.
Yeah,
there are people who have condos there.
Sure,
apartments, whatever. They'll get on the plane. It's just them.
Right. No luggage.
They already got clothes down there.
Yeah,
they got everything down there. They don't. It's just like, where's your stuff? Oh, it's in my place. Like, oh.
The last time I flew, I had a pair of shoes, a notebook, and 2 water bottles. And they even looked at me, and I'm like, my wife, she was, where the hell was I going? Orlando.
Yep.
They're like, that is a long flight. I'm like, right. My wife has everything with the kids already. I look suspicious. They really served 2 water bottles, a pair of shoes. By the way, the shoes don't fit me.
Thirsty.
I was bringing them for my wife. Right, so it's like a pair of size 8.5 shoes, my big ass 13 feet, 2 water bottles.
That is a weird flex.
It is very strange.
I will say, it's very rare that I check a bag anymore, but when I do, it is a sense of freedom.
Oh, God.
Because I'm so used to just using a backpack and carry-on luggage. I also need to upgrade my luggage. I didn't realize how odd it is. I guess it's like I don't know, I think it's just a dude thing, but there's some of us out there. I just have a duffel bag, no arm strap, and a backpack.
Oh, anytime I see that at baggage claim, I'm like,
around.
A dude is going to grab that. That is not a woman's traveling companion right there.
Tom, flying out this weekend. Yeah. Same exact thing.
Let's see. Now, this is kind of interesting. I know a lot of people get upset when they watch NFL. They're showing too much Taylor Swift. Not Taylor Swift's fault. Massive star.
Right.
Yeah. They want to use her any way they can. Look, hey, I'll tell you what. If for some reason she ever came to one of our events, every video you see online of us doing something, we would be like, hey, Taylor Swift was there once.
Mike's going to be on the sideline with her on Friday.
Yeah. Just standing
Just he and Taylor Swift hanging out.
Broing down.
You know.
Talking
Hey,
Kansas
Taylor, you want to
stuff.
hold this microphone for a minute?
Yeah.
Check it out. But you never held a microphone before.
Talking football. She's a big fan.
So there's this new article with Travis Kelce in GQ, and I think he brings up some interesting points here. Just kind of talking about their relationship. Now, obviously, between her being on movies and everything, they're on screen a lot.
Yes.
And they were just kind of asking about like stuff about them and this and that, and he was like, sometimes it's just fun to be her sidekick. He was like, I go to her concert, it's like just I'll be the plus one. Everybody's seen him there having fun and everything. And then he said he was like, how much they bonded over just being athletes.
All right.
He's like, look, I'm a professional football player, but he's like, I see the practice, and he's like, she's exhausted when she's done. He's like, there's not many people that do professions like we do.
Correct.
So he's like, we kind of have an odd understanding, and it's like, you know, for her, she's on stage the whole time, so her advantage, I would say, in that situation, she doesn't have to answer questions.
That's a good point.
Whereas, part of being in the NFL, it's part of the gig, is like good or bad after a game, you got to sit there and answer questions.
After getting beat up.
Yeah.
But even
For 3
after a
hours.
show, it is unlikely that you put on a bad show.
Sure.
Right. But I don't care how good your team is. You're going to lose some games. You're in a bad mood, and you still have to answer these dumbass questions. But it's not like if she, had a bad performance immediately. Hey, Taylor, before you even go backstage, sit down with these people. They're going to ask you, why 2 of your dancers fell off stage, why you missed the lyrics to this song, and the pyro was off time. Can you imagine that after every concert?
Oh.
All right, come over here, guys. Sit down. Here's what the fans think went wrong.
Well, and I like going to see jam bands, right?
Mm-hmm.
And usually you'll be like, oh, Sunday was better than Saturday, or
Sure.
Saturday was better. But it's not like anybody's walking around going, God damn, Saturday sucked. Right? Whereas,
The whole band's ruined.
Right. Whereas, in football, you lose to somebody you're not supposed to. And it's credit to the NFL. It happens all the time.
Yep.
And it's just like, people are like, what happened? Is this the end of the season?
I wish players would be like, of course it is.
I also think it shouldn't be shocking that he said, like, look, she knew football. And he's like, now that we've been together, she's all about it. It's like, yeah. I watched enough of those behind-the-scenes shows. Like, Jared Goff, it's kind of like studying for a test, right? He's got to learn new plays every week.
Yeah.
And his wife, who is gorgeous, just need to put that out there, she will sit there with flashcards, and then he lets her pick one play. And she usually picks something that has, like, a funny name.
Okay.
And he's like, we put trick plays about 3 in.
Of course.
Sometimes we'll use one, sometimes we won't. So he's just saying, same thing with Taylor Swift. Like, she knows how to read defenses. She knows how to read the injury report. He's like, she's like a football junkie now.
Cool.
Right. Yeah. That all seems to
The
add up.
fake falling down play. That was a good one from last year.
For the Lions.
Yes.
Correct. Do you remember that?
Not really.
So,
dude, it was
he
great.
backs up, acts like he's falling, stumbling.
Yeah.
It was all designed. Pops right back up because they saw it before. Because
so the week before, the offensive guard had stepped too wide and stepped on his foot.
Yeah.
So as he's falling down, he does get the handoff off, but they notice that, like, the linebackers see this and completely abandon coverage.
Right, they all close in.
Just close in. So they designed the play the same way, and he just puts his hand down. He never actually goes down, peels off, hits the tight end of the corner for a touchdown.
Damn.
Right, but they had a funny name that they liked it.
Right.
And he was kind of like, all right. And it's funny watching it because it's like Tuesday or Wednesday, and she's grilling him about it. She's like, I like the name of this one. He's like, all right, I'll see. And then he's kind of joking with the coach, and he's like, hey, my wife says we should use this one on name alone. And they're like, you know what? Let's put it in.
All right.
And it worked for 6 points.
Yeah, that's almost a guarantee. You're right, because the entire defense is going to head toward the quarterback, right?
Yeah.
And you just, all right, I guarantee you my guy's open.
Well, there's some free plays. There's some times that, like, you can't help yourself. For those defensive guys, it's like, well, he's on the ground. Let's charge him.
Yeah, wouldn't you?
Yeah, it's like when there's a tip ball, it's hard to do because whether you're at the game or on TV, you're not going to see every wide receiver. But if there's a tip ball, you're allowed to hit him.
Oh, yeah.
And almost every DB will hit the receiver there near just to be like, well, at least I get one.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of
Good shot in.
Right. Let me just chip him once. Kevin Hart's teaming up with Netflix for a competition series. Basically, find the next big stand-up comedian. There'll be a group of comics on there helping him. I don't think it's to be shocking that he's with Netflix. That's where the drama series he had that Miles and I thoroughly enjoyed, that was on there as well. They say the contestants will face vigorous tests that mirror a real-life journey of a competition, from brutal open mics to bomb sets and rewrites to the pressure of big stage performances.
This could be good.
I'm with you.
I think it's going to be cringeworthy. I think it's going to be awkward, but I think this could be good.
Yeah. Well, and I think nowadays with social media, like, I do think there's some comics that have gotten huge that are good at crowd work, that their act's not that good.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But then also, you see sometimes, I was watching a video the other day, like, sometimes people forget when you're in clubs and stuff, like, it's dark, people are hammered, right? And, like, it goes real sideways real quick.
Those crowds can be brutal.
Yeah. I mean, I remember even years ago when Bert Kreischer was in town, right? Some dude, like, ran up on stage.
Jesus.
Yeah, like, and you forget, like, I don't blame him. You don't need the security guy sitting right there at the stage. And, like, frankly, everybody in this room has done a little stand-up. Like, they are so close to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember in Baltimore kind of ripping on this guy, and just instinctively I just went, I'm just kidding. Because he was this close. And he goes, I know, you're the comedian. But, like,
but not everybody
that was
knows.
a long time ago.
It was a long time ago.
Right.
That was a big dude. But it's like, right, they're right there. You know what I mean? So I'm with you, Mike. I think
Siegfried and Roy, but people.
I think it will be interesting to watch him. And again, I've been a Kevin Hart fan for years on a bash, so like he's always funny, and he will have a bunch of comedians on there, kind of helping him out along the way. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Should be a good one.
Thank you, Joe. We appreciate it. You're listening to The Men's Room.
The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go to India, where an elephant stomps a tourist's underwear off while he was taking a pig.
Really happened.
Meanwhile, a sheep realizes they are in a slaughterhouse. An escape. Better be quick. South Carolina man goes on Facebook Live while running from the cops. A mom puts a toddler in the back of a pickup and drives away with her pops. And burglars trek through sewage to steal shoes. It is time for your headlines.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
All right, our top story. We go to California, where a major heist operation has been broken up. Authorities got a call about a group of suspects that were breaking into a local warehouse on several occasions and were stealing boxes of merchandise. In total, about 14 boxes were stolen, totaling about $30,000 worth of goods. Officers tracked down their suspects and served a warrant where they found all of the boxes, as well as evidence indicating that they had plans to resell it all online. The suspects were arrested, and the $30,000 worth of Labubu's were returned to their warehouse.
What are Labubu's?
They are this new, stupid collectible. It is the latest. Buy it because, well, you have to.
Is it like a toy? I mean,
no, it's like a keychain thing.
Is it that little?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, like, they're big size. They're about as big as your outstretched hand. But you attach them to purses and bags and crap like that.
Images.
They're the creepy little doll looking
Those things.
Yes.
Wait, how much money did they?
$30,000. It's because they're collectible. Because there's unique ones for all these different things and blah blah blah. And they serve zero purpose other than you have to buy this because
I got a bunch
you
of
have
them.
to have it. You do?
You got the boo-boos.
They're online next to my NFTs.
That's right. That just
other quality investments.
And the thing is that if it's kids, if it's high schoolers or younger that are like, I have to have these, I understand. Consumerism hits them in a different way. It's grown-ass adults. It is grown people that are sitting outside of the booths and kiosks that sell these things, waiting for them to get restocked so that they can scoop up all of them and then resell them online.
Hey, you interested in some Labubu's?
Right.
I got Labubu's
right.
in
And
my
I
pocket.
think people forget, there's people with massive, Star Wars or G.I. Joe collections, but they were kids when they started getting them.
Right.
And also, Star Wars still resonates. G.I. Joe still resonates. Kind of like Pound Puppies and all that.
Yeah.
The Boo-Boo's going to have Pokemon's one of the few things that still resonates.
Right. That kept going. But they kept on creating content with Pokemon.
That is a good point. Right.
But it kept on serving the next generation.
That's
they kept
the smart thing to
looking
do.
at the kids. And then the adults just wouldn't give it up.
Kids.
The kids.
Yeah, I think that's my biggest thing. Let them,
Labubu.
Labubu. It's got a stupid song that makes
That'd be
me
like
laugh.
hiring the mall Santa. And he's like, I got a kids party. I'll double your pay. And it's just you and a bunch of adults drinking.
Right.
Let him do the kids party first, man.
Right. Let it go. Go find a big boy job. In other news, to New York, where they take the old way of doing things to a new level. I feel like most of us at some point or another have memories of riding in the back of the pickup truck. For some, that's actually how they got home from school, right?
I loved it.
It's a little like what we've got going on here. The parents arrived at the school and picked up their child before driving off with multiple witnesses seeing the stroller that they loaded their child into sitting unsecured in the back of the truck.
Oops. Yep.
They picked up the kid from an elementary school, tossed him in a stroller, and then put him in the back of the truck where it's just rolling around. Yeah.
You remember this from Who Sucks Less?
Officers were able to track down the parents and arrest them both on a charge of endangering the welfare of a child. They're doing court in the coming days.
Well, I mean, look, man, I know the kids love running in the back of pickup trucks. There was a guy about a month ago. They were at a camping trip, so he wasn't going super fast, but the kids were on top of the inflatable raft in the bed of the pickup and bounced out.
Right.
But I would not think to put my child in a stroller.
No.
They're an infant. All right, so the other kids have popped out on the raft. They're like 11 and 12.
Right.
Still not great, but an infant is in a rolling stroller.
No
in the
bungee
bed.
cords, nothing.
Just
not straps, nothing.
Just
Just
sounds
back there to roll around in the back.
That sounds like a Jackass skit if it was an adult.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? If you were like, Ted, lay in the back of the truck. We got to drive home. Okay. Well, now we're going to put you in a stroller.
wheelchair.
Yeah, a wheelchair, and you can't stop it from bouncing around.
Right.
God, man.
For more theft, we go to Memphis. Local authorities are on the lookout for nine suspects that went to great lengths to steal some shoes. Surveillance cameras caught the suspects as they broke into a gated parking lot through the sewers. to then get into a couple trailers within the lot and stole 18 cases containing Nike shoes totaling about $4,000 worth of merchandise. They're asking anybody with information to come forward.
So they didn't catch him?
Not yet, no.
Wow.
They put on the shoes and ran faster. Every little kid will tell you that.
They know, man. They know.
If we can just walk through this crap, we can have all the shoes we want.
Which, you know what?
That's kind of what they
when
did.
they say just do it, the do is D-O-O.
I know.
Just do it.
Just do it.
That's the new slogan for Nike.
Is that do? Over to South Carolina, where at least criminals keep people updated. Police attempted to stop a car that they witnessed tailgating another vehicle and was not maintaining their lane. The driver initially started to pull over, but attempted some sort of fake out and then sped off. Side note, the cops are behind it the whole time. The whole, I'm going to stop. No, I'm not. Doesn't work. Initiating a chase that reached speeds of 100 miles an hour. What's more is they found out that the man posted a video to his Facebook page during the chase to let everybody know that he was on the run from officers. Moron.
How stupid. Well, he answered that question.
Spike strips were eventually deployed and the man was stopped, where officers found a good amount of marijuana in the car. And now he's facing several charges. Way to tell him I've got something here.
Yeah. I like that measurement, though. How much did you guys recover? Good amount.
Good amount.
Good amount.
Several grams.
That's what I would say.
It's good news.
If the cops said how much you have on you, I'd be like, good amount.
Just in case those stars with a bad taste in your mouth.
Thankfully, there's good news.
To the Windy City, where life has second chances. Authorities were called about an interesting disruption in traffic, a sheep that was wandering about the streets, evading capture. The story goes that the animal escaped a nearby facility by crashing through a window and was doing its best to avoid going right back to the slaughterhouse that it had broken out of.
I mean, I'd have broken through the window, too. Like, wait a minute, where am I?
In spite of their best efforts, employees were unable to wrangle the sheep back before animal care and control personnel, who took the sheep back to their own chicken rescue, which was the only facility equipped to handle such an animal. Now they're doing their part to find the sheep a nice home to live out the rest of its days in comfort. Yeah.
So basically, if you escape the slaughterhouse, they let you live.
Pretty much.
That's so crazy.
Earn the right to life.
Nah. We were going to slaughter it, but he figured a way out, so hell with it.
Nah.
We should open a chicken rescue.
We should. Put some sheep in it.
Imagine if they did that in prison. Do it to escape. We're not going to chase them.
I'm eating them.
That's probably it.
It's delicious.
Men's Room Sports, after coming out on top against the Orioles last night and after the Red Sox putting the beat down on the Astros, the Mariners have clawed their way to a dead even tie for first place in the AL West. Well done, boys. Game 2 of that series against Baltimore is in its late stages over en route. You've also got more baseball on FS1 and MLB. As far as your weather, the clouds are coming in tonight to bring a possibility of some showers. Tomorrow we're looking at a cloudy, low 70s Thursday. That is it for headlines. With that, Mike Hawkins.
Thanks, sir. We'll see you next time for the return of Big Tummy and the Head Chef's back with Ted's Meat and Potatoes. Lovely Jolene's coming up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true, but in the meantime, we be all about this bitch. So until tomorrow, please do what you do best. And for Letha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network.
Oh, man!
A Double Flush production.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. What if comparing car insurance rates was as easy as putting on your favorite podcast? With Progressive, it is. Just visit the Progressive website to quote with all the coverages you want. You'll see Progressive's direct rate, then their tool will provide options from other companies so you can compare. All you need to do is choose the rate and coverage you like. Quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Before you begin your road trip, ask yourself, do you really need 5 full suitcases? With the new 2026 Kia Sportage X-Pro's class-leading cargo space, you'll have room for what you need. Find out more at your local Kia dealer today. Keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely and obey all traffic laws. Comparisons based on second row legroom and cargo space behind second row seats in the subcompact SUV class according to Kia segmentation as of June 2025.
Ready to explore Europe the striped way? Then fly with Condor Airlines. With non-stop flights to Frankfurt, Germany, it's easy to connect to vibrant destinations across Europe. Whether you're sipping espresso in stylish Milan or raising a stein at Oktoberfest in Munich, Condor makes your journey just as enjoyable as your destination. With spacious cabins and relaxing service, your vacation starts the moment you board. Fly the striped way. Visit condor.com today.
No matter why your clients give, their donations can do so much more with a donor-advised fund from DAF Giving 360. They can donate cash, publicly traded securities, or other non-cash assets like real estate and even crypto, while recommending grants at any time. DAF Giving 360 can offer you over 25 years of expertise, bringing donors, financial advisors, and charities together to make a greater impact. Learn more at dafgiving360.org/advisors.
The school year is beginning, but don't settle for basic tissues when it comes to managing all the messes that come with it. From home to school and back, stock up with Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues. Because back to school means back to sniffles and sneezes. Kleenex Ultra Soft Tissues are soft and absorbent to stand up against runny noses, to keep you and your family clean and comforted as the school year starts. This school year, make sure to get the classroom essential that teachers and students can rely on. For whatever happens next, grab Kleenex. Visit Kleenex.com to learn more.